on the Rogues streaming network. Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of your Rogues, Brian Welch.
From Medford, Medford Rogues Baseball is on the air as your Rogues take on the Lincoln Potters in the middle game of this three-game series at Harry and David Field. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch of the Rogues Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. As your Medford Rogues are 26-12 overall on this 2025 campaign, 4-6 in Pacific Empire League action. Yesterday, the Rogues dropped Game 1 12-2 in yesterday's game. The Rogues pitching staff gave up 9 runs in 2 innings, as the Rogues will try to be a little bit more tidy on the hill pitching tonight, as the Rogues struggle to find ways to get out of innings, especially in that 5th and the 6th inning. The offense struggled to get runs across the plate as well. Only got 2 runs across the plate in yesterday's loss, and they struggled against the starter of Braden Sharp. Braden Sharp yesterday for the Lincoln Potters and went 5 innings strong and only walked 2 but struck out 6 Medford Rogues, as the Rogues try to be a little bit more forceful at the dish tonight, as it is Game 2 of 3 at Harry and David Field. As it is a beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley, tonight is a special game, as it is the throwback game, as the Rogues are throwing it back to the Southern Oregon Timberjacks, the minor league team that was in the Rogue Valley a lot of years ago, as the Rogues are rocking those Timberjack uniforms, green uniforms with the white pants and the classic Medford Rogues cap, that the black cap they usually wear every day, as that is a very special thing for the ballpark tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun in the Rogue Valley. As for the Lincoln Potters, they are 23-8 overall in this 2025 campaign, 7-7 in Pacific Empire League action. Last night, those 12 runs on 14 hits, they found ways to strike with the irons hot. 5 runs in the 5th, 4 runs in the 6th, 9 runs in 2 innings, as Lincoln found ways to strike with the irons hot. And the pitching staff was on par yesterday. Talking to head coach Eli Garcia today, he was telling me that was one of their best games they have played offensively and defensively in this whole entire season. So the Lincoln Potter is starting to heat up in the Rogue Valley, as Medford trying to cool them down at Harry and David Field. As we have a very special pregame show for you, like to welcome you to the Rogues pregame show. I was able to sit down with the mayor of Medford, that is correct, Mr. B.G. Gould, the guy who was a part of that Southern Oregon Timberjack squad way back in the day as the official scorekeeper. You get to hear a little bit about that. And also we have our one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead. Forgot to ask this question yesterday during our one-on-one conversation, with yesterday being Slurpee Day, 7-Eleven. Get to see what his favorite Slurpee is, but those 2 conversations are coming up right after the break. Take a look at the Pacific Empire League standings. That is brought to you by Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. As going into today, it is Healdsburg still atop the league with a record of 13-2. Humboldt suffering their 5th loss in league play last night after struggling against the West Coast Kings. They are currently playing in a doubleheader right now at the Arcata Ballpark, as Humboldt has a record of 11-5. Lincoln has a record of 7-7. Medford in 4th place with a record of 4-6. West Coast Kings 4-10, and the Solana Mudcats in the basement of the league with a record of 3-12. As the Rogues right now trying to snap a 4-game losing streak in the Rogue Valley. Can they snap that losing streak tonight? We shall see for throwback night in the Rogue Valley. As you see on your screen right now, it is a beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Glacier blue skies overhead, not a cloud in sight. But the one thing that has been the difference maker so far today, it's hot. 96 degrees right now at the ballpark, and everyone is talking about the extreme heat warning in the Rogue Valley. It's not a cool breeze, it's a warm breeze that's blowing into the ballpark at Harry and David Field, as Medford trying to heat up, as they're trying to snap that 4-game losing streak tonight in the middle game of this 3-game series against the Lincoln Potters. Those 2 conversations with B.G. Gould and head coach Kevin Olmstead are coming up right after the break, as it is a perfect evening for baseball. Let's throw it back to the Timberjacks. It's Lincoln, it's Medford. More of the Rogues pregame show right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Welcome back to the Rogues pregame show as we are getting ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series from the Lincoln Potters and your Medford Rogues, as it is a throwback night, Timberjacks throwback night at Harry and David Field. And I'm talking to somebody that was there way back in the day. It's the man, the myth, the legend himself, the mayor of Medford, BG Gould. BG, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Great. It's my pleasure to be here, Brian.
Hey, you know what? You are always the wealth of knowledge, especially with stats and everything. And you were a part of the Timberjacks organization, part of the A's, for how many years?
For 14 years, I was the official scorer with the Oakland A's minor league team here in the Northwest League. We played 82 games in 76 nights between 7 cities.
And a lot of craziness in between. You have a lot of stories that
A lot of stories. Too many to I could write a book. I've got the perfect title for it, Brian. 76 nights of fun-filled free entertainment.
And 76 nights of fun in the Northwest League. But tonight it is the Timberjacks throwback. And what is it going to be like to see the Timberjacks logo and the uniform out on the field tonight?
Oh, it's going to be bring back memories. I mean, I spent the 14 years with the A's organization, and I think we changed the name of the Timberjacks, I would say in 93, 94. I might be off for a couple of years, but it was we decided to go to a name change because of the forestry around the valley, and it's the green logo, and as the fans, some of them might be here tonight that were around in 99, the last year the Timberjacks fielded a team at the old Miles Field, which is now Walmart here in Medford. They would go, I remember those jerseys.
Actually, the team photographer had a game-worn uniform. He had that in the press box earlier this week. But you're talking about Miles Field, which is now the Walmart here in Medford. But, I mean, there's probably a lot of memories at Miles Field, would you say?
Yeah, there's a lot of memories. I mean, we've had some great Major League players play in that field. Ken Griffey Jr., Jason Giambi, and Jose Canseco. He was there in 82. I was a member of not till 86, but I spent some great games though just watching. A friend of mine who's now the hitting instructor won the Northwest League title for the Medford A's in 1982, Jim Medford, and he's traveling hitting instructor for the big club.
And there's a lot of memories about this team being in the Rogue Valley, but it feels like we're going to be going back in the time machine tonight, it fels like.
Oh, yeah, with the jerseys and everything. We tried to get one of the former players to come up, but all their commitments and stuff, we couldn't pull it off. But just having the jerseys here, bring back a lot of memories, Brian.
And it's not the only throwback the Rogues have done. I think they did the Medford A's, a throwback way back in the day. But why is this important for the community to have the throwback night on this Saturday night?
Just bring, college atmosphere kids, future professional athletes wearing that jersey. There were some guys that I'm thinking, playing for the A's that played for the Timberjacks, Eric Burns, and those guys that gone on to have a great major league career, and it just brings back memories.
And I know that you have your A's folder, your green folder.
Compliments of the A's.
And do you have any other gear, like any Timberjacks gear?
I don't think so. I think that's the pride and joy right there.
That's the BG Gould Bible, would you say?
Yes, it is.
And my friend, I know this has been a very fun season to watch, this Rogue squad, but does this team kind of remind you of any Timberjacks teams way back in the day?
Yeah, that's hard to say, Brian. We had some good teams. Unfortunately, we, not as a Timberjack, but we had one manager. I believe he was with us in '97. His name is Tony DeFrancesco. And what was great one night was he let me pick the starting lineup. And at that time, I had a form that I had what each guy was hitting in different lineup spots, okay? So I used that lineup. And we played Spokane that night, and we got season high 17 hits, and we beat Spokane 13-3 at Miles Field.
And that's a blast from the past. But my friend, thank you so much for hopping on the Rogues pregame show. Hey, have fun tonight scoring the game, and hopefully you get to go back down memory lane with seeing those Timberjack uniforms out on the field.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure, Brian.
That is our good friend BG Gould joining us on the Rogues pregame show. When we come right back after this with that one-on-one conversation of head coach Kevin Olmstead, as it is the middle game of this 3-game series in the Lincoln Potters and your Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Well, back to the Rogues pregame show. This is our one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead. Coach, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. This is the best day of my life. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Coach. Coach, hey, before we talk about last night's game, during BP today, you hit an absolute nuke out to left field. Can you talk about that at AB?
Yeah, I haven't hit a home run in 7 years. Granted, I don't even think I took on-field BP in about 7 years. So getting back with the boys, feeling the swing out, it felt good. I hit a ball about 415 feet, you'd say, Corey? Yeah, 400. Probably 400 feet. Yeah, no doubt home run. I bat flipped. It was good. It was magical.
We were talking about I took on-field BP yesterday. We did not talk about it on the broadcast yesterday. But how would you rate my swing in the cage yesterday?
Oh man, you can't teach that swing. That swing is one of a kind. That's it's every hitting coach's dream to see a swing like that.
Anything you want me to work on? You want me to get more power, right?
Yeah, just a little bit more power. That's just more bench press in the weight room. That's it.
And drink more beet juice, right?
Yes, always beet juice.
Coach, tough one last night. I know it was a tough game. I felt like the team had went one step forward, 2 steps back. Any positives from last night?
Yeah, it's all positives at the end of the day, man. This is a developmental summer for these guys, and you have to understand, or we have to understand, that even though we want to win every game, this is part of their process, and this is part of their learning experiences with playing college baseball. They're going to go on high notes, and they're going to be in slumps, and they're going to go on losing streaks. And so it's good that these guys experience it here in a very competitive collegiate summer ball league rather than doing it for the first time at their universities, and they don't know what to do after that. So now they have experience with what's been going on. So I'm super excited to see what they got tonight, and we're gonna put up a great fight tonight. And I'm ecstatic to be coaching these team.
And especially last night, the pitching staff has had its moments throughout this whole entire week, but Colin Schultz looked really strong on the hill until that big inning. But what'd you like about how he started the game?
Yeah, just that, man. He did a really good job the first 4 innings of just dominating that strike zone. 5th inning, he got in a little funk with 2 outs, and again, that's a learning lesson. He's gonna do a better job next time when he's in that exact same situation. So it sucks at the end of the day, but at the same time, it's a blessing that these moments are happening for us.
And last night's game offensively was really similar to what we saw in the Humboldt series. The offense struggled to get runners across the plate. I know you're talking about this team being in a little bit of a funk. How does this offense get out of a funk?
Not overthinking it. If you overthink a funk, quote unquote, then you're in trouble, right? When you get done with that game, the next day it's another game, right? You're 0 for 0. It doesn't matter what happened is in the past, and you just have to continue striving forward.
And today is probably one of the first days you've seen the win not play a factor. I mean, a lot of power in BP, and especially this team looks hungry to go out here to play another day.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. This team just has to continue to stay together as one unit. They have to play for each other, have fun, and do their job. So they had a good round of BP today. The boys seem to be energetic and laughing and whatnot, so that's a good sign.
I forgot to ask you yesterday, because yesterday was 7-Eleven Slurpee Day in the United States. Do you have a favorite Slurpee?
No, I don't remember the last time I've gotten a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. Coach Coos and I said we were going to go get one, but it was 15 minutes away from the field, and we had stuff to do, so unfortunately we couldn't get that Slurpee.
Well, if you had a chance to get the Slurpee, what were we going to get? Like a Coca-Cola Slurpee? What are we dealing with?
I don't know. What's the options? Coca-Cola? What else? Strawberry?
We have wild cherry, blue raspberry.
I'm a mixed guy. When we did snow cones, when I did 4-H for the county fair growing up, I always got snow cones, and I would always do different types of flavors.
Wait, man, you were in 4-H?
Yes, I was. I'm a a man of many, what's the saying? Jack of trades? I don't know. Yeah. Swiss Army knife.
Wait, did you show an animal?
I did. First fan to guess what I did wins a free hug.
I bet you showed a steer or a pig. What did you show?
No, not even close. I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. Someone's gonna have to come up to me and guess what I showed.
You learn something new every day for our one-on-one conversation of head coach Kevin Olmstead. But, Coach, this is the middle game of this 3-game series, and you want your team to improve and also learn from the mistakes. And you look at Lincoln last night. Lincoln took advantage of all the opportunities, offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. That's what good teams do. They capitalize on mistakes. So we're going to get out here tonight, minimize those mistakes on our end, and then we're going to try to capitalize on their mistakes.
Coach, I always ask you this question. What are the keys to victory besides competing and also worrying about taking it one pitch at a time?
Yeah, just energy tonight. This is to the point of the season where, guys are a little fatigued and burnt out, but they have to remind themselves that this is what summer ball, this is what being a college baseball player is all about. So you need to show heart, you need to hustle, you have to compete, and you have to be there for your teammates.
And Caleb Malloy gets to start tonight, a guy that's had a lot of fun on the hill when he's starting. What do you want to see from him besides throwing strikes?
Throw strikes.
Anything else?
Throw strikes. And compete, baby.
Coach, always a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck out there. Oh, I forgot to ask you, what was it like to have the Timberjacks jerseys out on the field tonight?
Fantastic. They're a cool jersey. I wasn't around for the Timberjacks, but yeah, let's rock them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for hopping on the pregame show, Coach, and I'll see you after the game, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
That's head coach Kevin Olmstead when we come right back after this with the starting lineup and the first pitch, as it is the middle game of this 3-game series between the Lincoln Potters and your Medford Rogues. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. It is a beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. Picturesque skies overhead for Game 2 of this 3-game series from the Lincoln Potters and your Medford Rogues. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch, the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Let's give you that starting lineup for the Lincoln Potters, led by first-year head coach Eli Garcia. Batting lead off, playing second base is Brett Griffiths. Batting the 2 holes, the center fielder Brian Williams Jr. Batting third and DH is Ty McGraw. Batting cleanup at first base is Adam Paniagua. Batting fifth in left field is Jason Hansen. Batting the 6th spot is the shortstop Tristan Russell. Batting 7th is the catcher Mason Bettling. Batting 8th is the third baseman Everett Johnson. And batting the 9th spot is the right fielder Cole Eaton. on the hill getting his warm-up, tosses in now. It is the starter from Newport, Oregon, as it is Caleb Malloy getting his warm-up, tosses in now, as it is earned run average of 4.33 on the season, 12 and a third innings pitched, and this is his second start. And now, you might be seeing this on your screen right now, head coach Eli Garcia having a very heated exchange with the umpiring crew tonight, as it is Brandon Dollarhide having that conversation with, as Andrew Herbold is calling the balls and strikes tonight, Chris Bevan at first base, and Brandon Dollarhide at third base. As Eli Garcia having a heated conversation with the third base umpire, Brandon Dollarhide. We're about ready to bring you the action tonight in the Rogue Valley. Lincoln rocking the orange uniforms, gray pants. As for Medford, they are rocking the green uniforms, the throwback Timberjack uniforms, white pants. And, of course, our good friend, the wind blowing into the ballpark on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. And now Brandon Dollarhide will conclude that conversation. Eli Garcia not happy. That was a conversation that was going on after the national anthem. So Caleb Malloy gets ready to go to work. The tall righty battling the righty of Brett Griffiths. And the first pitch home. Fastball misses outside, ball one, and we get going at 6:36 p.m., right a minute after scheduled first pitch. 1 ball and no strikes to the righty of Brett Griffiths. 1-0 pitch, fastball misses down and out, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Brett Griffiths. 1 hit in the series. Lincoln saw the ball well last night. 12 runs scored in game 1 of the series. 2 balls and no strikes to the righty, and the pitch. Fastball lasers in on that outside corner, strike 1. So it's Griffiths, Williams, Jr., McGraw, Peniagua, Hanson, Russell, Bettling, Johnson, and Eaton. The starting lineup for the Lincoln Potters. 7-7 in PEL action. 2-1 pitch. Good curveball. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman of Brett Griffiths. Two balls, 2 strikes. Malloy sets, and the pitch. 2-2 breaking ball. Misses down and in, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Griffiths at the dish. Guy who grew up in West Sacramento. Counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home from Malloy. Payoff pitch, fouled off down that third base side, and we continue again, still 3 balls and 2 strikes, as Brian Williams Jr. waits on deck for the Lincoln Potters. Infield playing deep for you, Medford Rogues, for Timberjack throwback night. The 3-2 pitch, breaking ball, chopper foul down that third base side. Still 3-2 to the second baseman for Lincoln. Malloy having a great battle. Griffiths to begin the Saturday evening. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. 3-2 fastball. That's going to be strike 3 called on the inside corner. Griffiths looks at that one. First strikeout for Caleb Malloy tonight. And now the Lincoln dugout pretty vocal about that strike call. So Brian Williams Jr. goes to work now. 1 out and the base is empty. See that defense is back up. The starter, Caleb Malloy. Behind the dish catching is Chris Ortiz. Jordan Marion's at third base. Frankie Tigliano's at shortstop. Travis Finney's at second base. And Garrett Bardo is at first base. In the outfield from left to right for your Medford Rogues, it's Norton, Smith, and Corbin-Rubius is that first pitch on the way. As a breaking ball, it finds the inside corner, strike 1. No balls and a strike to Brian Williams Jr. 3 hits in the series. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues, and the strike 1 pitch from Malloy. Off speed, hits it in the air, left center field. Going back is going to be Trevor Smith. Trevor Smith trying to track it down. He makes the grab right by the high road auto sign in the left center. 2 up and 2 down in the frame as Williams Jr. flies out for the second out of the inning. As the DH man, Ty McGraw goes to work now. 2 outs and the base is empty. Just getting started in the Rogue Valley. No score between Lincoln and Medford. Ty McGraw, one of the best players in the Pacific Empire League out of the Troy University, out of the Sun Belt. Goes to work now for his first AB. He was at first base last night. First pitch on the way. Good fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. McGraw going into this one into the series, actually. Averaging .386, 18 walks, has 20 walks to his credit. 0-1 pitch, good breaking ball, finds the outside corner, 0-2. And now Caleb Malloy's in charge, no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. 0-2, slap to the right side, picking up is Travis Finney. He vacuums it up to throw to first base in time for out number 3, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded as it is a 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Malloy. We go to the home half of inning number 1 right after this. Lincoln 0, Medford coming up. Beautiful evening for baseball for throwback night at Harry and David. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
It's another beautiful Saturday evening in the Rogue Regency. The home half of inning number 1. Let's give you that starting lineup for your Medford Rogues, led by head coach Kevin Olmstead. Batting lead off, playing in right field is Lando Covarrubias. Batting second is the DH man Ryan Severns. Batting third is the catcher Chris Ortiz. Garrett Bartow is the cleanup man. Batting fifth at third base is Jordan Marion. Batting in the sixth spot is the left fielder Kyle Norton. Batting seventh at second base is Travis Finney. Batting eighth is the center fielder Trevor Smith. And batting ninth at short is Frankie Ritigliano. Starting pitcher for the Lincoln Potters, as it is Eric Vassar, the young man from William Jessup. As it is the right-handed pitcher on the hill, got his warm-up, tosses in now, gets the battle. Orlando Covarrubias, first at-bat of the evening for your Medford Rogues offensively. Stars and stripes blowing into the ballpark. First offering home to Orlando Covarrubias. Fastball finds, misses down, and in ball 1. So it's Covarrubias, Severns, Ortiz, Bartow, Marion, Norton, Finney, Smith, and Ritigliano. 26-12 overall in the season, 4-6 in PEL play. 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses down and in below the knees. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Orlando Covarrubias. Covarrubias this season averaging .224 at the dish. Had 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Fastball finds the upper third. Strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to Orlando Covarrubias as Ryan Severns waits on deck. Covarrubias making his debut in the series. Trying to find a way to get 2 more runs, more than 2 runs across the plate is the key tonight. Is that 2-1 pitch is high and tight, ball 3. And also you got to keep your hopes alive to fight for the playoff spot for the postseason in the Pacific Empire League. 3 balls and a strike to the lefty of Orlando Covarrubias, and the pitch home, 3-1. That's going to be a laser foul, and that's going to go right of the line down that right field line. Strike 2. The count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Orlando Covarrubias. Medford in green, Lincoln in orange for the Saturday evening for this throwback night at Harry and David Field for the Timberjacks. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, that's going to miss outside for ball 4, and Orlando Covarrubias works a leadoff walk. 1 on, no outs. The 2-hole hitter of Ryan Severns stands in for his first AB of the night. So Ryan Severin stands in for his first at-bat of the evening. Went 0 for 4 in yesterday's loss. Trying to find some offense once again. 1 on, no outs. Orlando Covarrubias at first base. First pitch on the way. Curveball misses outside, ball 1. And there was an ejection on Lincoln. One of the players was ejected even before the first pitch. Lincoln's coaching staff fired up already as it is. 1 ball and no strikes to Ryan Severns. And the pitch. 1-0, fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. 1-1 to Ryan Severns. Severns averaging .363 at the dish. No score in the home half of inning number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looping curveball misses up and out rather, ball 2. Severns, the future gaucho of UC Santa Barbara, a guy who's been seeing the ball well so far this season, trying to find that same intensity at the dish. Head 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, fastball finds the upper third, strike 2. 2-2 to the Rogues righty. Peniagua holding the runner at first base for the Lincoln Potters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2 curveball. That's going to miss inside ball 3. The count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Herbal dictating the balls and strikes tonight behind the dish. And the pitch. 3-2 pitch. That's going to be strike 3 called on the outside corner. Severns goes back to the dugout. 1 out and 1 on. As Chris Ortiz stands in, no score between Lincoln and Medford. To give you that starting defense is backing up the starter of Eric Faster behind the dish, catching his belting. Over at third base, Johnson Russell's the shortstop, Griffiths at second base, and Peniagua is at first base. And the outfield from left to right for the Lincoln Potters, as it is Hanson, Williams Jr., and Eaton. 1 on and 1 out. No score between Lincoln and your Medford Rogues. Game 2 of this 3-game series as Chris Ortiz fouls the first pitch he sees, strike 1. Ortiz last night went 2 for 4 at the dish, pair of singles. Found his way to keep this offense moving. The offense last night was kind of an accordion effect. Could not find its rhythm to the middle innings. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Hits it in the air, shallow center field. Going in is Williams Jr. Williams Jr. going to try to make the grab, but on the run, makes the play. The throw to first base, try to get the double play. And Covarrubias gets back over to the first base bag safely. 1 on, 2 outs as Garrett Bardo goes to work. No score between Lincoln and the Timberjacks. The Rogues throwback name tonight. So Garrett Bardo in the cleanup spot goes to work for his first at-bat of the evening. And consistency has been the operative word so far this week, trying to find this offense. The offense that was pretty potent last weekend against the Fresno A's has disappeared this week. Runner goes. First pitch, a throw over to second base by Bedeling, and the throw is going to be in time for out number 3, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second right after this. No score between Lincoln and Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time, and there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Blue skies overhead on this Saturday. No No score between the Lincoln Potters and your Medford Rogues in Game 2 of this 3-game series at Harry and David Field. Ryan Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network as Caleb Malloy goes to work down for his second inning on the hill. 1 strikeout in his first inning of work. The young man from Newport, Oregon has had a good pace so far on the hill as he's going to be seeing the middle of the order of Adam Peniaga, followed by Jason Hansen and Tristan Russell. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Lincoln Potters. No score between the Potters and your Medford Rogues. Rogues throwing it back to the Southern Oregon Timberjacks, minor league team that played in the Rogue Valley way back in the day. As it is a right against right. In the top of 2, first offering home from Caleb Malloy is a fastball that locates on the outside corner, strike 1. To the first baseman of Adam Peniagua, the young man from Regis University, a guy had 2 hits in yesterday's 12-2 win for the Lincoln Potters. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses inside, ball 1. 1-1 to the Potters righty. Peniagua in the spring for the Rangers of Regis University. As averaging over 400 at the dish, 448 to be exact, 1-1. Fastball misses down and out, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Peniagua. We talked about this yesterday in Game 1 of the series. 90 hits. Had 27 round trippers as well. 2 balls and a strike from Malloy. 2-1, fastball misses outside to ball 3. 3-1 to Peniagua. Hansen waits on deck for the Lincoln Potters. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues. Outfield playing deep as well and straight away. 3-1 pitch. Fastball is going to miss outside to ball 4, and Peniagua gets aboard of a leadoff walk to begin the frame.
Now batting left fielder Jason Hansen.
1 on, no outs as Jason Hansen goes to work now for his first trip of the evening. No score between Lincoln and Medford. Game 2 of this 3-game series at Harry and David Field. Garrett Bartle holding the runner. Adam Peniagua, his counterpart. First offering home. Scores for a bunt is Hansen. Ball skips down and out. Ball 1. We talked about it yesterday with Travis Osborne. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun working with Travis yesterday. The starter last night, Colin Schultz, kept his nose clean through 4 innings. 1-0 pitch. Fastball finds that outside corner, strike 1. Kept his nose clean of giving up walks. But Cam Malloy right now trying to settle down the bats of the Lincoln Potters. 12 runs scored in yesterday's 12-2 victory for Lincoln. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to the righty. 1-1. Good curveball, swinging to miss, strike 2. Now Caleb Malloy is ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hansen out of UC Davis, guy who grew up in Roseville. For the Aggies in the spring, averaged .236. Behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garibaldo holding the runner at first base. 1-2 pitch. Curveball. That's going to be popped up in the air. Actually, it's going to be Chris Ortiz trying to track it down, trying to make the slide, but it actually hits the net behind home plate. We do it again. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the left fielder, Jason Hansen, as Tristan Russell waits on deck. Glacier blue skies overhead, not a cloud in sight. Stars and stripes blowing into the ballpark, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Just a perfect evening for baseball, minus the heat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2, fastball right down Main Street for strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Caleb Malloy. 2nd strikeout tonight. 1 out and 1 on as the shortstop. Tristan Russell goes to work now. No score between Lincoln and Medford. Game 2 of this 3-game series. That's a perfect pitch there by Caleb Malloy, the young man from Newport, Oregon. I know that his family is listening right now on the Rogue Streaming Network. First offering home. That's going to be a line drive into center field, base hit for Tristan Russell. And Russell records the first hit for the Lincoln Potters tonight, putting runners at first and second, 1 out. No score between Lincoln and Medford. You think about how this game has gone so far, you don't want to have that snowball start to be building.
Now batting the K-batter, catcher Mason Belding.
So Mason Belding goes to work down the lefty for his first trip of the evening, making his debut in the Rogue Valley. 2 on, 1 out. Top of 2. Malloy checks on the runner of Peniagua at second base. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside to ball 1. Belding going to be going to LSU. Yes, that LSU. The national champions. 1 ball, no strikes. Malloy sets, checks on the runner, Peniagua at second base. And the pitch. 1-0, breaking ball, finds the outer third, strike 1. One's a wall to the lefty of Bedling. Infield starting to shift to the right a little bit for your Medford Rogues. Travis Finney playing off the bag at second base. Marion and Retigliano playing even on the left side of the infield as that 1-1 pitch skips down and in, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the lefty of Mason Bedling as Everett Johnson waits on deck for the Lincoln Potters. Good crowd on hand for this hot evening in the Rogue Valley. Hope you enjoyed that conversation of head coach Kevin Olmstead talking about making snow cones when he was growing up. 2-1 pitch, fastball outside of ball 3. And you learn something new every day, especially when you interview head coach Kevin Olmstead, because you don't know what's going to be said. Him growing up and being a part of 4-H. I was a part of 4-H way back in the day. This might not be a surprise to you, but I was a public speaking champion. That's right. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 3-1 curveball. That's going to be hit in the air. Right field going back is Covarrubias. Covarrubias at the wall, and that ball is going to almost be tracked down, but it's going to escape away. 1 runs in, as that is going to be Peniagua going to score standing up, as it is going to be Russell. He's going to score standing up as well. Ball gets away from Chris Ortiz, and Mason Bedling's going to get over to third base, as it is an RBI triple. That drives in the first 2 runs of the game. Lincoln leading 2-0 against your Medford Rogues. That ball had the distance, but the ball just died right by the track. And Orlando Covarrubias could not make the grab.
Now batting third baseman Everett Johnson, and today is his birthday.
So 2 runs come across the plate on it, 2 hits. So a tough start already. They're going to officially say that's going to be an error, so an error is going to be recorded. The Rogues right now trying to stop the bleeding already, as it's going to be a whole meeting on the hill. Everybody there, and this pitching, actually not this pitching change, but this pause the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. 1 on, 1 out, 2-0. Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues in Game 2 of this 3-game series, where Timberjacks night at Harry and David Field. So the right-handed batter Everett Johnson goes to work now. Another Aggie in this lineup out of UC Davis, the Causeway Showdown, first offering home. Fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. Kim Malloy's fastball has been pretty good so far tonight. Just got to keep it consistent. Infield playing deep for you Medford Rogues. Outfield playing deep and straight away. No balls and a strike. Fastball, it's going to be fisted in the air. That ball's going to go over the head of Travis Finney into right center. 1 runs in. RBI single off the bat of Everett Johnson. Makes it a 3-run frame in the inning. So 3 runs on 3 hits. Back-to-back ribbies.
Now batting right fielder,
and this kind of is reminiscent of what we saw back in the game yesterday. And that 5th and 6th inning, total of 9 runs scored in 2 innings. You think about that. You have to prevent runs from coming across the plate. Johnson at first base. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball finds the outside corner. Strike 1. No balls and a strike to the righty of Cole Eaton out of TCU. The Horned Frog at the dish. Guy who grew up in Elkhorn, Nebraska. No balls, 1 strike. Scores for a bunt. Curveball misses downstairs, ball 1. Ones are wild to the righty of Cole Eaton, the right fielder. 1 hit in yesterday's win for the Potters. Second inning we are in at Harry and David Field, 3-0. Lincoln out in front, 1 ball, 1 strike. Malloy sets the throw to first base, try to get the runner out. Johnson slides back with a head first slide. Still 1 ball and 1 strike to the righty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball fouled off behind the plate, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the righty of Cole Eaton. If you were able to join us for that one-on-one conversation with head coach Kevin Olmstead, he was talking about he showed animals when he was growing up, when he was a part of 4-H. He did not tell me what type of animal he showed. 1-2. Curveball, line drive into left field. Going back is Kyle Norton to his right. He makes the grab, spins around, and he hauls it in for out number 2. Great play there by Kyle Norton. Another left fielder in this series for you Medford Rogues. 1 on and 2 outs. 3-0 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues as we go back to the top of the order of Brett Griffiths. 0 for 1 so far tonight. You think about how this game has gone so far. If you remember what happened last night, this is the part of the order that's the most scariest for Lincoln. Infield playing deep for you Medford Rogues. 2 outs, 1 on. Malloy sets and the pitch to the righty. Curveball hits it in the air. Sky into center field. Trevor Smith's going to just walk to it. He makes the grab for out number 3, and the side is retired. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on, as it is Everett Johnson at first base. Go to the home half of inning number 2 right after this. Lincoln 3, Medford 0, as it is Garrett Bardo, Jordan Marion, and Kyle Norton due up for you Medford Rogues. Beautiful evening for baseball in Medford. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Garrett Bardo leads off the home half of inning number 2 at Harry and David Field. 3-0 Lincoln out in front against the Medford Rogues on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. First pitch home from Eric Vassar. It's a fastball, misses downstairs, ball 1 as it is. 4, 5, and 6 due up for you Medford Rogues of Garrett Bardo, followed by Jordan Marion and Kyle Norton. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Lincoln Potters. No runs, no hits, 1 error for you Medford Rogues. 1-0 pitch to Garrett Bardo. That's going to be in the air. Left center field going to his right is Williams Jr. He makes the grab for out number 1. Garrett Bardo flies out for the first out of the frame. 1 out and the base is empty as the 5-hole hitter of Jordan Marion climbs in the box for his first trip of the evening. 3-0 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Medford trying to snap a 4-game losing streak that started on Tuesday night against the Humboldt Crabs. Think about this, the Humboldt Crabs lost last night to the West Coast Kings. And actually tonight is that first offering home to Jordan Marion. It's a fastball. It misses downstairs, ball 1. Jordan Marion at the dish, making his debut in the series. The future Gaucho of UC Santa Barbara ahead 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 home. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 to the lefty of Jordan Marion. Humboldt's playing a doubleheader tonight. They're currently playing a doubleheader. Pair of 7-inning games against the West Coast Kings at the Arcata Ballpark. That's kind of interesting that they're playing a doubleheader. That's a league mandate. 1-1. Fastball misses down in ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Jordan Marion. But you think of it, the Humboldt Crabs don't normally play a doubleheader. So they're playing 2 tonight. 2-1 pitch, Jordan Marion. Fastball up and out, ball 3. 3-1 to the future Gaucho of UC Santa Barbara. Know that his family's listening back home in California, in Southern California. The guy who used to play at J. Sarah in high school, the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball right side. That's going to escape into right field as Jordan Marion gets aboard with a 1-out base knock. And that is the first hit recorded of the evening for your Medford Rogues.
Now batting the left fielder from Georgia Gwinnett College, Kyle Norton.
1 on, 1 out as Kyle Norton goes to work now for his first AB of the evening. 3-0 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. As Kyle Norton usually wears number 14, but he's wearing number 24 tonight for the Timberjacks throwback. So he goes to work now, battling Eric Vassar. You think about what we were talking about last night with Travis Osborne, talking about how to chase the starter out of the game. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses down in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Kyle Norton. 2 for 4 in yesterday's loss. Provides some fireworks offensively for your Medford Rogues. 1-0. Ground ball right side, taking it on 1 hop is Griffith. The throw to first base, and it's going to be accurate for out number 2. 4-3 on the ground out as that moves Jordan Marion over to second base.
Now batting the second baseman from Yakima Valley College, Travis Finney.
1 on, 2 outs as Travis Finney goes to work now. 3-0 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Trevor Smith waits on deck, but Travis Finney gets his first AB of the night. Travis Finney in a new spot in the lineup, usually the top of the order guy, or has been in the 9th spot this season. Is in the bottom third of the order. Jordan Marion over at second base, and the first pitch home fastball is going to find that inside corner, strike 1. And the question is, how do you string the hits along? You got to find ways to strike while the iron's hot, and you can definitely feel some urgency in that dugout for your Medford Rogues to keep the offense moving. With no balls, 1 strike, and the pitch home. 0-1, breaking ball misses down and out, ball 1. 1-1 to the second baseman, to Travis Finney making his debut in the series. Finney averaging .286 at the dish. Waits for the 1-1 from the starter of Eric Vassar. Jordan Marion gets back over the back to the second base bag in time. Eric Vassar wanted to throw it over there, but decided not to. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. Outfield playing deep and straight away. Stars and Stripes starting to pick up 10 to 15 miles per hour. 1-1 pitch. That is going to be swinging a miss, strike 2. And now Travis Finney's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch home. 1-2, fastball, and he's hit by the pitch. And Travis Finney gets aboard of a 2-out hit by pitch, putting runners at first and second. So 2 outs and 2 on. 3-0 Lincoln out in front. Now Eli Garcia having a conversation with Andrew Herbold. And now the conversation was heated earlier. Eli Garcia not happy with this umpiring staff. And now Eli Garcia still having the conversation of Andrew Herbold. There is 1 ejection so far. So Garcia goes back to the first base dugout. I don't know what the conversation has been. So now we're 2 on and 2 outs. Tying run comes to the plate now. Trevor Smith goes to work. 0 for 3 with a walk in yesterday's game. Jordan Marion over at second base. Travis Finney at first. 2 outs and the first pitch home. Fastball lasers in on the outside corner, strike 1. Trevor Smith so far this season averaging 148 at the dish. Behind no balls and a strike. Jordan Marion dancing around at second base, the 0-1 fastball. It's going to be cued foul down that third base side. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Trevor Smith. Stars and Stripes blowing in the ballpark on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball fouled off down that left field line. We'll do it again. So no balls and 2 strikes to Trevor Smith as Frankie Ortigliano waits on deck. Runners at first and second. Jordan Marion at second base. Travis Finney at first base. Trying to cash in a run. Medford trailing by 3-0 against Lincoln Potters. Game 2 of the series. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses downstairs. A throw over to third base. And the tag is not going to be applied in time. Jordan Marion swipes third base, putting the Rogues only 90 feet away from scoring. The catcher, Bettling, had to track that one down and threw it over there quickly. But that puts runners at second and third now. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trevor Smith. This is a big at-bat right now for your Medford Rogues offensively. Travis Finney at second base. Jordan Marion at third base. The 1-2. Fastball outside, 2-2. Deuces wild to the center fielder for your Medford Rogues, the lefty of Trevor Smith. Vassar gets the signal from Bettling. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2, breaking ball, misses downstairs, ball 3. Vassar not happy with that strike zone dictated by Andrew Herbold. The count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. Jordan Marion at third base. Travis Finney at second base. Medford trying to crack into the run column. Lendo, as it is, Frankie Ortigliano waiting on deck. That 3-2 pitch. Golf foul down that first base side. Will do it again, still 3-2. Now the shift is on for the Lincoln Potters. The second baseman, Griffiths, on the lip in right center. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball outside for ball 4. Trevor Smith works a 2-out walk to load the bases. So with the bases juiced and 2 outs, it is Frankie Ortigliano going to work now for his first trip of the evening. 3-0, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. And now Andrew Herbold stares down the Lincoln Potters dugout. The Potters been pretty vocal so far about the strike zone so far, dictated by Herbold. And now Frankie Ortigliano goes to work now. 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. Trying to drive in runners. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First offer at home, fastball, misses high and tight, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Frankie Ortigliano. And now the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters steps out of the dugout, as it is Nate Kowalski stepping out to have a conversation with Eric Vassar and the catcher of Bettling. And this pause of the action is brought to you by Figueroa's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figueroa's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figueroas.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. Medford covering all the bags and 2 outs in the home half of inning number 2. Brian Welch with you on the Rogue Streaming Network, as it is throwback night in the Rogue Valley, as the Rogues are throwing it back to the Southern Oregon Timberjacks. Get to hear from the president, Dave May, a little bit later on tonight to talk about what that throwback means to him, because he grew up in this era with the Timberjacks way back in the day. The Timberjacks played at Miles Field, which is now the Walmart, just up the road from Harry and David Field. 1 ball and no strikes to the righty of Frankie Ortigliano. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, finds the middle, third, strike 1. 1-1 to the righty of Frankie Ortigliano. Jordan Marion at third base, Travis Finney at second base, Trevor Smith at first base. Rogues trying to crack into the run column. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball cued to the screen, strike 2. And this is a big at-bat right now for Frankie Ortigliano. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2, chopper left side. Taking on 1 hop is Russell, and he can't make the play. 1 runs in. Travis Finney going to score standing up. 2-run RBI single off the bat of Frankie Ortigliano, and Medford is only within 1. 3-2, Lincoln out in front. So that puts runners on the corners now. And a huge hit for Frankie Ortigliano in his first AB. Trevor Smith over at third base. 2 outs in that lip. Causing havoc already in that left side of the infield. First offering home to Orlando Covarrubias. Breaking ball finds it inside a corner, strike one. Covarrubias worked a walk in his first AB. Caught stealing over at second base as that 0-1 pitch fouled off down that first base side, strike two. Orlando behind, no balls and 2 strikes. You think about how this game has gone so far. Medford playing some of the best baseball we've seen so far this week. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 0-2, ground ball right side. That's going to be fouled off right of the line. Paniagua picked it up. Still 0-2 to the right fielder of Orlando Covarrubias. Oh, 2 pitch, hits it in the air, left field, tracking it down is Hansen. Going back, he makes the grab for out number 3, and the inning is over. But it's a productive inning for your Medford Rogues. 2 runs on it, 2 hits, 1 no errors, and 2 left as it is Trevor Smith over at third base and Frankie Rutigliano at first base. We go to the third right after this as it is a 1-run game. Lincoln 3, Medford 2, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
It's a 1-run ball game as we go to the third inning at Harry and David Field, as it is a 3-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters, as it is Brian Williams Jr. to lead off the frame, followed by Ty McGraw and Adam Paniagua, as it is Caleb Malloy still on the hill pitching for your Medford Rogues as begins his third inning on the hill. The tall righty delivers the first pitch to the righty of Brian Williams Jr. Fastball misses high and tight, ball 1. Brian Williams Jr. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Trying to provide a hit for this Lincoln Potter squad. 3-2 is our score. 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off, and that is going to be a strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brian Williams Jr. Brian Williams Jr. out of Dallas Baptist. Averaging .325 in Pacific Empire League action before this series. Waits for the 1-1 from Caleb Malloy. 1-1, good curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. And now Caleb Malloy's ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we think about tall pitchers that have that same style of delivery like Caleb Malloy does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Malloy checks the signal from Ortiz, gets the signal again. And the 1-2 home from the righty. 1-2, fastball, misses down and out, ball 2. If you follow baseball in the year of 2025, this year, Caleb Malloy has a lot of those same tendencies of one guy named Paul Skeens. You've heard of Paul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Curveball, slapper foul, and that's going to go down that third base side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brian Williams Jr. Ty McGraw waits on deck for the Lincoln Potters. You think Caleb Malloy has those same tendencies of Paul Skeens. Very quiet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2. Bouncing ball escapes away from the catcher of Chris Ortiz. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder of Brian Williams Jr. Counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch from Caleb. Fastball, and that is going to miss downstairs for ball 4. And Brian Williams Jr. works a leadoff walk in the inning. 1 on, no outs, as it is the DH man, Ty McGraw, going to work now for his second AB. 3-2, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Ty McGraw 0 for 1 so far tonight. The young man from Troy University out of the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's a pretty good baseball conference right now. Throw over to first base, try to get the runner of Williams Jr. out. Chris Bevins said he did not get the tag applied in time. So that first pitch on the way. Fastball finds the outer third, strike 1. No balls and a strike to the DH man, Ty McGraw. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Runner goes, fastball outside the throw, over to second base, and the tag is going to not be in time. Brian Williams Jr. swipes second base. That eliminates the double play ball. And that puts Lincoln only 180 feet away from scoring. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty of Ty McGraw. Ty McGraw so far in league play has drawn 20 walks. 18 before yesterday's game. Drew 2 walks in that 12-2 victory. The 1-1. Fastball hits it in the air. Left field, tracking it down is Kyle Norton. Kyle Norton going to go running up towards it. He makes the grab for out number 1. So McGraw flies out for the first out of the frame as the first baseman of Adam Peniagua goes to work now. 1 out and 1 on. 3-2, Lincoln out in front of game 2 of this 3-game series at Harry and David Field. You think about how this game's been going so far. Kevin Malloy trying to have a inning that is not painless. Ryan Williams Jr. at second base, only 180 feet away from scoring. Now Caleb Malloy steps off the rubber, climbs back on it once again. And the first pitch home. Curveball bends in for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Peniagua drew a walk and scored in the second. Peniagua, one of the fiercest hitters in the RMAC. I know the RMAC insiders listening right now. Glacier blue skies overhead. Brian Williams Jr. at second base. No balls, 1 strike. Malloy sets, checks on the runner of Williams Jr. again. And the 0-1 runner goes. Fastball, that's going to be popped up in the air. That's going to go into left field. Tracking it down is going to be Kyle Norton, starting to charge to it. And he is going to make the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts to the left field. As Peniagua flies out, Williams Jr. had to retreat back over to second base. 1 on, 2 outs as the left fielder of Jason Hansen goes to work now. 0 for 1 so far tonight. 3-2, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues, wearing the Timberjack throwback uniforms. Really cool idea. We'll get to hear from Dave Mann a little bit about that. Now time's taken as Chris Ortiz is going to have a conversation with the starter, Caleb Malloy. We are in the 3rd inning. This pause of the action is brought to you by Figueroa's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones, Figueroa's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figueroas.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. 1 on, 2 outs. 3-2 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. Kevin Malloy trying to shut down this inning. Brian Williams Jr. at second base. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jason Hansen 0 for 1 so far tonight. Trying to keep this inning going for the Lincoln Potters. The Potters so far tonight, 3 runs on 3 hits. That was in the second inning. 1-run lead for the Lincoln Potters, trying to keep their season alive in Pacific Empire League action. The 1-0 pitch, fastball misses downstairs. Chris Ortiz stares down Brian Williams Jr. Williams Jr. was halfway over to third base. Walks back over to second. 2 balls and no strikes to the righty of Jason Hansen. Jason Hansen, another guy from UC Davis. A lot of Aggies on this roster for the Lincoln Potters. Call it the Causeway Showdown because they call it the Causeway in Sacramento. That 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball misses high and tight, ball 3. And now Caleb Malloy struggling to find that strike zone. Brian Williams Jr. at second base, the 3-0 pitch. Fastball elevated for ball 4. And Jason Hansen works a 2-out walk, putting runners at first and second. So 2 on and 2 outs as we are in the third inning as Tristan Russell goes to work now. 1 for 1 so far tonight. You think about how this game has gone so far. 3 walks issued so far by Caleb Malloy, trying to settle down the Lincoln Potters offense. 2 on, 2 outs, 3-2. Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. And Medford right now just trying to keep this offense of the Potters at bay. First offering home. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Brian Williams Jr. at second base and Hansen at first base. Is that 1-0 pitch, fastball, fouled off down that third base side, strike 1. 1-1 to the lefty of Tristan Russell. Singled and scored in the second. He's 1 for 1 so far tonight. Lincoln trying to keep this offense moving. Medford trying to shut them down. The Timberjacks tonight with the Rogues tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Malloy checks on the runner of Williams at second base. The 1-1 fastball in the air, right field going back as Orlando Cobarrubias turning around. Can't make the play. That's going to go right by the wall. 1 runs in, rounding third, speeding towards home is Hansen. Hansen's going to score standing up. RBI double off the bat of Tristan Russell as it is a 5-2 lead now for the Lincoln Potters. So a 2-run double off the bat of Russell brings up the catcher, Mason Bedeling. And now it's been a struggle so far tonight. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. As Chris Ortiz, Caleb Malloy, and Garrett Bardo huddle up on the hill. Look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That is brought to you by Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. As it's been an interesting one so far. We talked about it a little bit earlier that Humboldt's playing 2 against the West Coast Kings. Herbold, the home plate umpire, breaking up the conversation right now. We do have a final score as it is the California Red Tails taking care of business against the Solano Mudcats 10-3. Currently in the bottom half of inning number 6 in game 1 of the doubleheader as it is Humboldt out in front 6-1 against the West Coast Kings. Bottom of the 5th in Healdsburg as it is a 10-1 lead for the Prune Packers. Healdsburg and Medford meeting up on it Tuesday night for the first game of a 3-game series. That will be a 6 p.m. first pitch from Rec Ballpark. Cannot wait to be back in the Golden State. First offering at home. Fastball lasers in on that outside corner, strike 1. No balls and a strike. As it is a 5-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Trying to minimize the damage is the key now for Caleb Malloy and company. Right against left. Russell at second base. The 0-1 runner goes. The throw over to third base, and the throw is going to get away from Jordan Marion And Russell's going to stay at third base, so a stolen base for Russell puts the Potters only 90 feet away from scoring. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty. Stars and Stripes blowing into the ballpark. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball misses, down and out. Ball 2. 2-1 to the lefty of Mason Bettling. 1 for 1 so far. RBI and scored, and his first AB back in the second. He's 1 for 1 so far. 2 balls and a strike. Curveball hits it in the air, right field. That's going to be on that right side of the infield, foul territory. Garrett Barlow camps under. He makes the grab for out number 3, and the inning is over. 2 runs come across the plate on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left as it is. Tristan Russell over at third base. We go to the home half of inning number 3 right after this, as Ryan Severance, Chris Ortiz, and Garrett Bardo do up for your Medford Rogues. 5-2, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
High school sports,
Or college. Know your role.
You can be a player,
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
they have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Home half of inning number 3 at Harry and David Field, as it is a 5-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. As Ryan Severance leads off the frame, followed by Chris Ortiz and Garrett Bardo. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Medford 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. 2 runs scored in the home half of inning number 2. Now you can definitely feel the urgency building. Medford trailing by 3, 5-2 against Lincoln Potters. And Ryan Severance 0 for 1 so far tonight goes to work for his second AB. Still battling the starter of Eric Vassar, the young man from William Jessup. As it is a right against right to begin the home half of the 3rd. First offering to Ryan Severance, fastball, misses high and tight, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Ryan Severance. 0 for 1 so far tonight, struck out in his first AB. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball, laser foul down that third base side. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Severance. Severance averaging .363 at the dish. Waits for the 1-1 from Vassar. 1-1, and he's hit by the pitch, so Ryan Severance gets aboard of a leadoff hit by pitch to begin the frame. So Severance gets over to first base as Chris Ortiz goes to work now. 0 for 1 so far tonight. 5-2 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Game 2 of this 3-game series. And Chris Ortiz stands in for his second trip of the evening. Big opportunity right now for your Medford Rogues offensively to get another run across the plate to take a bite out of this 3-run deficit. Now with the Stars and Stripes blowing into the ballpark into left field. Vassar taking on Ortiz for the second time this evening. First offering home, fastball, high and tight, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Chris Ortiz. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball hits it in the air. Right center field charging in is Williams Jr. Going to his left, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Ortiz flies out for the first out of the frame as Garrett Barno climbs in the box now. 5-2 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Garrett Barno 0 for 1 so far tonight, trying to keep this offense moving. This offense has been stagnant, except for those 2 runs scored back in the previous inning. Just trying to find that offensive mojo. Can they produce some runs in the home half inning number 3? Ryan Severin's ground ball left side. That ball is going to go foul down that third base line. Just went left of the line. That ball was like 2 inches to the right. That would have been a fair ball, and that would put runners at first and second, but no balls and a strike, 1 on. We are in the 3rd inning, 5-2 Lincoln out in front. Garrett Bardo trying to cook offensively. Vassar, the righty, battling the righty of Garrett Bardo. And the first pitch, or that 0-1 breaking ball, pours in for a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Garrett Bardo behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh-2 pitch, fastball misses down and out. Bedling was ready to throw it over to first base, try to get Severins out. Ball 1. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. Paniagua holding the runner at first base. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Strike 3. Garrett Bardo down on strike. Second strikeout for Eric Vassar tonight. 1 on, 2 outs. 5-2 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. As Jordan Marion goes to work now. Medford trying to keep this offense moving. The offense going in reverse. Can they go forward somehow? Jordan Marion 1 for 1 so far tonight. Stars and Stripes blowing softly in the ballpark now. First offering home from Eric Vassar. Throw to first base, try to get the runner of Ryan Severins out. Severins gets back to the bag safely with a head first slide. Scores for a bunt. Throw over to first base. Now Ryan Severins caught in a run down. Throw back over to the shortstop of Russell. Russell trying to track him down. The second baseman Griffiths trying to get the tag, and the tag is going to be applied in time, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th right after this, as it is a 5-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
As it is a 5-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network as it is. Everett Johnson to lead off the frame, followed by Cole Eaton and Brett Griffiths. As it is Caleb Malloy still on the hill, pitching 2 strikeouts so far, 5 runs and 4 hits so far. Everett Johnson leads off the frame, 1 for 1 so far tonight. And also, you might have heard that from public address announcer Greg Roberts that today is his birthday, actually. So right against right to begin the top half inning number 4. And that first pitch home, fastball, first pitch swinging. That's going to be in the air. Center field tracking it down as Trevor Smith. And he makes the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 4th inning, as it is the right fielder of Cole Eaton to stand in for his second at-bat of the evening. 0 for 1 so far tonight. 5-2 Lincoln out in front. 3 runs in the second. 3 runs in the second. 2 runs in the third. 5 runs on 4 hits so far for the Lincoln Potters. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Caleb Malloy delivers the first pitch. Raking ball, chopper foul down that first base side, strike 1. Cole Eaton, the right fielder out of TCU, out of the Big 12. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday with Travis Osborne, talking about how TCU is a part of that Corvallis Regional. Think about that regional. No balls and 1 strike. Fastball, that is going to miss. Inside, ball 1. 1-1 to the righty for the Lincoln Potters. That was a Corvallis Regional that had Oregon State, USC. 1 ball, 1 strike. Malloy sets, and the righty's 1-1. Looping curveball escapes out of the mid of Chris Ortiz, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the righty of Cole Eaton. Flew out to left field in his first AB. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. So that Corvallis Regional had Oregon State, USC, St. Mary's, 2-1. Fastball, high and tight, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the right fielder of Cole Eaton. And TCU. TCU is in line for a regional host. 3 balls, 1 strike. Malloy gets the signal. 3-1. Fastball, lines right. That's going to escape into left center. Base hit for Cole Eaton. And Cole Eaton gets aboard with a 1-out single in the frame.
Now batting second baseman Brett Griffiths.
1 on, 1 out. 5-2 Lincoln out in front as Brett Griffiths goes to work now. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Lincoln trying to keep the pedal to the metal offensively. Medford trying to prevent runs from coming across the plate. That's the goal right now for Caleb Malloy and company. First pitch from the righty of Caleb Malloy, and the pitch. Looping curveball is going to bend in for a strike on the inside corner, strike 1. To the top of the order guy, Brett Griffiths, struck out and flew out to center field. In his 2 ABs, he's 0 for 2 so far tonight. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first base. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Scores for a bunt, gets it down that third base side, and it goes foul. Strike 2. Brett Griffiths out of Ball State before last night, averaging .353 in Pacific Empire League action. The spring for Ball State, averaged .150 at the dish. Guy who grew up in West Sacramento. No balls, 2 strikes. Malloy sets a throw to first, and the throw's going to get away from Garrett Bardo. Going from first base to second base is Eaton, and Eaton's going to cruise to second base. He might speed over to third base. He is going to speed towards third base, and the throw's going to be late, so it is going to be Eaton getting over to second and third base, so an error recorded. So that is the second error of the evening for this Medford Rogue squad. So now instead of a runner at first base and 1 out, it's a runner at third base and only 90 feet away from scoring for the Lincoln Potters. No balls, 2 strikes. He sets, and the 0-2 home. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. 1-2 to the righty of Brett Griffiths. Brett Griffiths is a JUCO transfer, transferred by way of American River College, one of the JUCOs in the Sacramento area. You have Sacramento City Community College. You have American River College. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball, chopper foul. Down that third base side, still 1 ball and 2 strikes. And also, if you want to be technical, you have Butte College up north. You have Feather River College in Quincy. And the pitch, looping curveball, and he hits the batter, Griffiths, and that puts runners on the corners now. So 2 on and 1 out. The center fielder, Brian Williams Jr., goes to work now. 0 for 1 so far for walk this evening. So this has been an inning that Caleb Malloy and company want to change. 2 on, 1 out. 5-2 Lincoln out in front, top of 4. Stars and Stripes blowing softly in the ballpark on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. You can definitely feel this urgency to shut down the frame. You definitely know Travis Finney and Frankie Vitigliano are thinking about turning 2. And the first pitch. Fastball, cued foul to the screen, strike 1 to the righty of Brian Williams Jr. Williams Jr. tonight, 0 for 1 so far for a walk. Flew out the center field in the first. Drew a walk and scored in the third. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. 0-1, chopper left side. That's going to be picked up by Jordan Marin. Throws it over to second base. Finney cannot make the play as the ball escapes away. So a 1 runs in. So an RBI single off the bat of Brian Williams Jr. as head coach Kevin Olmstead walks swiftly to the hill. Head coach Kevin Olmstead taking off his sunglasses, not happy. So officially they're going to say it's going to be an error. So the second error recorded. That will put runners at first and second now. And this is a whole conversation on the infield on the hill. So 2 errors so far in this frame. And Medford trying to sneak out of this inning alive as that conversation concludes. We go back to work once again as it is a 6-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Ty McGraw goes to work now for his third at-bat of the evening. 0 for 2 so far tonight. And now what's going on here? Jordan Marion at third base. He's going to replace his glove. So he gets a new glove. We go back to work once again. 2 on, 1 out. 6-2 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. First pitch to the lefty, Ty McGraw, is a fastball and misses high and tight, ball 1. And think about this. This is how the games have gone so far this week. Got to go back in the time machine to what happened in the Humboldt series. Throwing strikes is key. Kevin Malloy facing some adversity. Runners at first and second. 1 out. 1 run is scored so far on 2 hits. And a couple of errors so far. And the 1-0. Fastball finds the outer third, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the lefty of Ty McGraw. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Grounded out the second in the first. Flew out to left field in the third. Lincoln 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Trying to keep this offense moving. Medford trying to slow him down. Griffiths at second base. Williams at first. A 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Misses down and out. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the lefty of Ty McGraw as Adam Peniagua waits on deck. And you can definitely feel how this urgency is starting to creep up right now for Caleb Malloy, because this team has been on the field defensively for a pretty long time so far in this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Malloy sets, and the 2-1 home runner goes. Fastball outside the throw to third base, and the tag is going to be on time. What a play by Chris Ortiz. So Griffith's going to be caught stealing at third base. That moves Brian Williams Jr. over from first to second. 1 on, 2 outs. 3 balls and a strike to the lefty of Ty McGraw. Trying to shut down this inning. Rogues rocking the Timberjack uniforms tonight, trying to yell timber to close this frame. 3 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. 3-1, fastball, dots the inside corner, strike 2. Ty McGraw not happy about that strike call from the home plate umpire of Andrew Herbold. And this Lincoln dugout has not been happy with this umpiring crew tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Breaking ball is going to miss upstairs, ball 4. And McGraw works a 2-out walk, putting runners at first and second.
Now batting first baseman, Adam Peniagua.
So Adam Peniagua goes to work now. Runners at first and second. 6-2 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. And you think about how this game has gone so far. Trying to limit the walks is key right now for Caleb Malloy and company. First offering, fastballs, wave and a miss, strike one. No balls and a strike to Adam Paniagua. 0 for 1 so far tonight with a walk. Paniagua flew out to left field in the third, drew a walk and scored in the second. No balls, 1 strike, Malloy sets. Checks on the runner of Brian Williams Jr. at second base, the 0-1. Curveball misses up and in, ball 1. 1-1 to the righty of Paniagua. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Curveball misses outside. The throw over to first base, and the tag is going to be in time. McGraw gets back to the bag, but he's tagged out, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left as it is Brian Williams Jr. over at second base. Go to the home half inning number 4 right after this, as it is Jordan Marion, Kyle Norton, and Travis Finney due up. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Jordan Marion leads off the home half of inning number 4 as it is a 6-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters in Game 2 of this 3-game series. As it is Jordan Marion followed by Kyle Norton and Travis Finney. Jordan Marion 1 for 1 so far tonight, goes to work once again. As this is a big opportunity right now for your Medford Rogues. 2 runs on 3 hits so far as that first pitch swinging. That's going to be in the air. Left field tracking it down as Hanson, the left fielder, going to his right. And Jordan Marion flies out for the first out of the frame. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the inning as it is Kyle Norton going to work now. 6-2 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. Kyle Norton 0 for 1 so far tonight, trying to keep this offense moving for your Medford Rogues. 2 runs scored, and that was all the way back in the bottom half of inning number 2. So a big at-bat right now for the tall lefty. Gets his second trip of the evening. 0 for 1 so far tonight. The first pitch home from Vassar is a fastball that finds the bottom third, strike 1. No balls and a strike to Kyle Norton, who's wearing number 24 tonight, not number 14, because of the Timberjacks uniforms. Those are looking very nice. Those uniforms are looking nice. Is that strike 1 pitch? Fastball misses down and out, ball 1. And tonight, the Timberjacks uniforms are going to be auctioned off. A silent auction going on the first base side. 1 to Wada, Kyle Norton. 0 for 1 so far tonight. 1-1. Fastball, cued foul down that third base side, strike 2. 1-2 to the Rogues lefty. Norton yesterday went 2 for 4 at the dish. Ground out the second in his first AB in the second inning. 1-2. Fastball is going to miss outside, 2-2. Good pitch there. Misses outside, but good eye by Kyle Norton as well. Norton averaging .356 at the dish in this 2025 summer season. Waits for the 2-2 from Eric Vassar. 2-2 pitch, curveball. That's going to be strike three called on the outside corner. And Kyle Norton's going to go back to the dugout for the second out of the frame. Third strikeout for Eric Vassar tonight. 2 up and 2 down in the inning as Travis Finney goes to work now for his second at-bat of the evening. 6-2, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues on the Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley. Base is empty. The Australian from Melbourne, Australia going to work now. Hit by pitch in his first AB and scored. Trying to provide some fireworks in his second at-bat. First offering home, fastball. Misses inside ball 1. Travis Finney back in the lineup once again. Did not play in game 1 yesterday. Trying to provide some offensive fireworks once again. Medford only trailing by 4. 1-0 pitch. Fastball finds the outside corner, strike 1. We don't have a radar gun at the ballpark, but you can definitely tell Eric Vassar is throwing some high heat. You can definitely tell it's possibly 92. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 chopper. Foul down that third base side. 1-2 to Travis Finney. As Trevor Smith waits on deck. You can definitely feel this offense trying to get runners across the plate, but it's been a struggle to chase the starters out of the game. And speaking of what's going on right now, Eric Vassar is in total control on the hill. 1-2. Curveball, and that's going to be pulled foul down that first base side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Travis Finney. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. Outfield playing deep and straight away. Travis Finney behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch, 1-2, chopper foul. Finney got a piece of it. Travis Finney this season, averaging .286 at the dish, currently in the transfer portal, was at Yakima Valley College. The right-handed batter, Travis Finney, trying to provide some offense. 2 outs and the base is empty. We are in the 4th inning. And a big at-bat right now for your Medford Rogues in Game 2 of this 3-game series. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Curveball, and that is going to be strike 3 called on the outside corner with the off-speed. Back-to-back Ks for Eric Vassar. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded, as it is a 1-2-3 inning for Eric Vassar and the Lincoln Potters. We go to the 5th right after this. Lincoln 6, Medford 2, Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley, as it is another Chamber of Commerce evening in the Rogue Valley, as it is a 6-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Game 2 of this 3-game series against the Medford Rogues. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, as it is Adam Paniagua to lead off the frame, followed by Jason Hansen and Tristan Russell, as it is a new pitcher on the hill for you Medford Rogues. as it is Noah Lowe on the hill in relief of Caleb Malloy. This pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. First offer at home from Noah Lowe. Fastball misses high and tight, escapes away out of the mitt of Chris Ortiz. 1 ball and no strikes to Adam Peniagua. Caleb Malloy, 4 innings pitched. One ball, no strikes. Low sets, and the 1-0. Fastball hits it in the air. Right field going back is going to be Johnny Alley. Johnny Alley at the wall, at the track, trying to make the grab. That ball's a 1-hop off the wall. Rounding second, speeding towards third is Peniagua. And Peniagua's going to coast into the third base station of a leadoff stand-up triple.
Please, now pitching for the Rogues from Oregon Tech, number 50, Noah Lowe. Now batting left fielder Jason Hansen.
So Jason Hansen goes to work now. 1 on, no outs. It's Noah Lowe trying to keep this offense going. Now head coach Eli Garcia steps out of the dugout, still talking with the umpiring crew. This has been a constant jarring session so far. It's been a tough one so far for your Rogues defensively. Noah Lowe goes to work now. 1 on, no outs, and the first pitch. Fastball hits it in the air, left center field. Going to his right is Trevor Smith. Trevor Smith is going to drift to his right, makes the grab, tagging from third base, Peniagua, and the relay throw is going to be late, so a sac fly off the bat of Jason Hansen drives in the 7th run of the evening for the Lincoln Potters. So a sac fly off the bat of Hansen brings up the shortstop of Tristan Russell. 1 out in the bases empty. 7-2 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Game 2 of this 3-game series. You think about how this game has gone so far. It's been 1 step forward and 2 steps back. We've heard this one before. First offered on the way. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1 to the shortstop of Tristan Russell. 1 for 2 so far. 2 for 2 so far tonight. Stars and Stripes blown into the ballpark. No balls, 1 strike, and the righty of Lowe delivers. The 0-1 to the lefty. Good swing and a miss on the inside fastball. Strike 2. Russell singled and scored in the second. RBI double in the third. Got to third base, but was left stranded there. Lefty behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Low sets in the 0-2. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 3. Russell down on strikes. The fastball blows right past him. First strikeout for Noah Lowe this evening in relief.
Now batting the K-batter, catcher Mason Belding.
2 outs, the base is empty. 7-2 Lincoln out in front as Mason Belding goes to work now. 1 for 2 so far tonight. RBI and scored in the second. Flew out in the third. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues on throwback night at Harry and David Field. First pitch on the way. Fastball. Roped foul down that first base side, strike 1. You think about how this game has been going so far. 7 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Lincoln Potters. The Potters have been 1 step ahead of the Rogues all night long. If you go back to last night and tonight, 0-1 pitch. Curveball misses upstairs, ball 1. You can definitely feel the urgency to get out of this frame. Lead off, triple off the bat of Adam Peniagua. Sac fly off the bat of Jason Hansen. Strikeout during the Russell at bat. Belding, the guy he's going to LSU. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball gets away from the catcher of Chris Ortiz. 2 balls and a strike. The lefty of Mason Belding. Two balls and a strike to the lefty of Mason Belding. And the pitch. 2-1 in the air. Right field going back is Johnny Alley, the new right fielder, and that ball lands in the bullpen of the Lincoln Potters. Strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Think about how this game's been going so far. You think about how the Rogues' offense and defense has struggled to get these outs. Now it's a big opportunity to close the chapter on this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2, swave and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Noah Lowe, and the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Back-to-back Ks for Noah Lowe. Is that the momentum the Rogues need? We shall see as we head to the home half of inning number 5. Right after this, Trevor Smith, Frankie Rutigliano, Orlando Covarrubias due up for your Medford Rogues, as it is a 7-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogues Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me.
That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
Trevor Smith leads off the home half of inning number 5 at Harry and David Field, as it is a 7-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogues Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. As it is 8-9-1 due up for the Medford Rogues of Trevor Smith, followed by Frankie Rutigliano and Orlando Covarrubias, as Eric Vassar begins his 5th inning on the hill. 4 strikeouts so far tonight for the righty from Lincoln. As that first pitch on the way, fouled off on the left leg of Trevor Smith, strike 1. Trevor Smith drew a walk in his first AB, got the third base. Was left stranded there. Behind no balls and a strike. 0-1 pitch, fastball misses downstairs below the knees. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trevor Smith as Frankie Rutigliano waits on deck. 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors so far for your Medford Rogues. 1-1 from Vassar. Fastball up and out, ball 2. 2-1 to Trevor Smith out of El Cajon, California. That's just outside San Diego. Future Cougar of Washington State trying to get aboard ahead, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, fouled off behind the plate, strike 2. 2-2 to Trevor Smith. Trevor's parents have been in town for the last couple of days in the Rogue Valley. Talking to Trevor about the best place to eat with the family. Talking about some of the breakfast spots they've gone to. 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses up and out. Ball 3. The count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Trevor Smith. As he was telling me, they went to the Parkside Cafe. It's actually where BG Gould hangs out at. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 4, and Trevor Smith works his second walk of the game. 1 on, no outs as the 9-hole hitter of Frankie Rutigliano goes to work for his second at-bat of the evening. 1 for 1 so far tonight, 7-2 Lincoln leading. As it is a big inning right now for your Medford Rogues. Get a base runner aboard. The question is, how do you get that base runner or Trevor Smith across the plate? That's the question. As Frankie Rutigliano stands in for his second trip of the evening, as we are in the home 5th at Harry and David Field. First offering home, fastball misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to the righty of Frankie Rutigliano. Paniagua holding the runner at first base. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. 1-0, fastball lasers in on the outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Frankie Rutigliano. 1-1. Fastball, cue to foul to the screen, strike 2. 1-2 to Frankie Rutigliano. Frankie averaging .372 at the dish in the summer season, behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vassar sets. Trevor Smith at first base. And the 1-2. Fastball fouled off down that third base side. Still 1-2 to Frankie Rutigliano. Lando Covarrubias waits on deck, but actually, my apologies, Johnny Alley waiting on deck. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch from Vassar. 1-2, knuckles it down that first base side. It is going to go foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Frankie got on the middle part of the bat. And Frankie's a guy that's been having a lot of big at-bats so far in this series, a lot of lengthy, gritty at-bats. Trying to raise the pitch count on the starter of Eric Vassar, and that's been the difference so far this week. The Rogues having trouble chasing the starter out of games. 1-2 pitch, chopper foul down the third base side. It's been the other way around. Other teams have been chasing out the Rogue starters this week. Got to look at that Humboldt series, got to look at this series in Lincoln. Trying to chase the starter of Eric Vassar is the top of the goal right now for your Medford Rogues. 1-2. Fastball lifted out of play down that first base side. Definitely tell the sun's about to set. Left field is engulfed with shade. Parts of center field still have a bit of sunlight on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vassar sets in the 1-2. Fastball upstairs, a throw over to second base. Trevor Smith slides at second base, and he's going to steal second base. Trevor Smith showing off his speed. Medford only 180 feet away from scoring. 2-2 to Frankie Rutigliano. Great job there for your Medford Rogues going into the night. 168 stolen bases. Rogues breaking the franchise record during the weekend. Wind blowing in the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball as he cues it foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Frankie Rutigliano.
Just found out we've got 18 jerseys without a bid at all. 18 jerseys without a bid. Get over to the table. Get bidding.
Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. We are in the 5th inning. Trevor Smith over at second base, only 180 feet away from scoring. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vassar sets, and the 2-2 home. 2-2, soft ground ball left side, picking it up as Russell, the shortstop, to throw over to first base, and the throw is accurate for out number 1. That does move Trevor Smith over from second to third, and Medford is only 90 feet away from scoring. 1 on and 1 out. As it is 7-2, Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Johnny Alley stands in now for his first trip of the evening, replacing Orlando Covarrubias.
He's now entering the game for the Rogues to play right field. Number 35, Johnny Alley.
Johnny Alley stands in for his first trip of the evening. Covarrubias finishes the night with going 0 for 1 with a walk. Less than 2 outs. You can definitely smell this kind of probably be a sac fly as that first pitch on the way. Fastball is going to miss downstairs, ball 1. Trevor Smith over at third base, only 90 feet away from scoring. 7-2 is our score. You think about how this game's been going so far, any run can help. 1-0 pitch. Fastball finds the outside third, strike 1. 1's a wild to Johnny Alley. Johnny Alley so far this season averaging .354 at the dish. Waits for the 1-1. 1-1, chopper foul down that first base side, strike 2. But Superman, as we've been calling it, actually, my apologies, Spider-Man. I know that Johnny's going to probably correct me after the broadcast. Spider-Man has had a lot of fun so far in the Rogue Valley. 1 ball and 2 strikes, bottom of 5, 7-2, Lincoln out in front. Trevor Smith over at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2, hits it in the air, right field. That ball is going to drop down for a hit. That ball is going to say it's a foul ball. Chris Bevan says it's a foul ball.
Oh, yeah.
But, huh? Wait a minute, they're going to say it's a foul ball or a fair ball? So they're going to say it's a fair ball. All righty then. That does drive in a run, RBI double off the bat of Johnny Alley, brings up Ryan Severance as it is a 4-run deficit. 7-3 Lincoln out in front because the first base umpire, Chris Bevan, put his hands up in the air like it was a foul ball. That first pitch on the way, fastball, finds the inside corner, strike one to Ryan Severance. 1 on and 1 out, bottom of 5, 7-3 Lincoln leading. Vassar starting to feel some pressure now. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, paints the inside corner, strike two. 0-2 to Ryan Severance. Severance tonight, 0 for 1 so far for hit by pitch, struck out in the first. Infield starting to play deep for the Lincoln Potters. Severance behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Vassar sets, Johnny Alley dancing around at second base in the 0-2. Fastball, chopper left side, picking it up as Russell on one hot, mishandles it. The throw to first base, and the throw is not going to be there in time. Infield single for Ryan Severance. Runners on the corners now for your Medford Rogues. All with 1 out. Medford starting to wake up offensively. I'm going to say officially that will be an error for Ryan Severance. So the first error recorded of the night for the Lincoln Potters. Now Chris Ortiz goes to work now. 4-run deficit for your Medford Rogues. 7-3 Lincoln out in front against Medford. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Now Eric Vassar starting to feel a little bit of that pressure. First offering on the way. First pitch fastball, swinging to miss, strike one. And now Lincoln starting to scurry to the bullpen. Johnny Alley only 90 feet away from scoring. He's at third base. Ryan Severance at first base, 1 out. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. 0-1 fastball right down the boulevard, strike two. No balls and 2 strikes to Chris Ortiz. Ortiz tonight, 0 for 2 so far. Flew out the center field in his 2 plate appearances in the first and the third. Stars and stripes blowing into left field. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball, chopper, that is going to be picked up by the pitcher of Vassar. Tosses over to second base. A throw over to first base, and the throw is not going to be in time. So officially it'll be Severance forced out at second base. So it is going to be an RBI fielder's choice for Chris Ortiz. Vassar threw it over to Griffiths. Got Severance out. Griffiths threw it over to Paniagua. And that is going to put...
Got a perfect opportunity for you to
now it makes it a 7-5 lead now. 7-4 lead, I should say. Now, Eli Garcia has a conversation with the third base umpire, Brandon Dollarhide. And you think about what's going on here. Garcia has not been happy about this umpiring crew all night long. This might be buying some time for the Lincoln pitching staff to get warmed up in that bullpen on that third base side, on that first base side, I should say. But runners on the, actually, my apologies, 1 on and 2 outs now. And you think about what's going on so far. Home plate umpire Andrew Herbal will join this conversation as well. And Garcia having a conversation with Brandon Dollarhide. He's had a conversation with every umpire tonight. Garcia, with his hands on his hips, goes back to the dugout. 1 on, 2 out, 7-4. Technically 7-5, I should say. Oh, my apologies. 7-4 is our score in the Rogue Valley. Garibardo stands in for his third trip of the evening. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Going to work once again now. Eli Garcia steps out of the dugout. What's going on here? Huh? What's going on? And now they're bringing in the left fielder of Hanson. Huh? What's going on here? Okay then. What is going on now? So it is going to be a new outfielder as Ethan Leal will step out and he will patrol left field now. So Brandon Dollarhide having a conversation with Eli Garcia. Lengthy conversation.
For the Lincoln Potters, now coming in to play left field, number 3, Ethan Leal.
So what's going on here? This is craziness. Are they pulling Hansen to pitch? Well, we shall see. Alrighty then, so Garrett Bardo goes to work now with 2 outs and 1 on as Ethan Leal will patrol left field, the young man from Dublin, California, going to Gardner Webb, I should say. 7-4 is our score. Lincoln out in front, bottom half of inning number 5. Beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. So it might be another ejection. First offering home, fastball finds the outside corner, strike 1. Garrett Bardo 0 for 2 so far tonight. Flew out to center field in the second, struck out in the third. And you think about how this game's gone on so far, that's the second ejection on a Potters player tonight. 0-1 pitch, fastball. Curveball, I should say, misses down and out, ball 1. But it's been lengthy conversations throughout this whole entire evening for the head coach of the Lincoln Potters, Eli Garcia, and every member of this umpiring staff. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch runner goes. Fastball misses inside the throw over to second base, and the tag is going to be in time for out number 3. And Chris Ortiz is caught stealing at second. But 2 runs come across the plate on one hit, 1 error. And we go to the top half of inning number 6 right after this, as it is a 7-4 lead for the Lincoln Potters. We'll be right back after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
As it is a 3-run deficit for you Medford Rogues as we head to the top half of inning number 6 at Harry and David Field, as it is a 7-4 lead for the Lincoln Potters in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. If you just now join us on the Rogue Streaming Network, let's catch you up on how the game has gone so far, as it was Lincoln that struck first in the second inning, scoring 3 times. Medford countered with 2 runs. Lincoln countered again in the top half of inning number 3 with 2 runs. As it is in the top half of inning number 4, Lincoln tacked on another run. And also in the 5th, Medford got a couple of runs across the plate in the home half of inning number 5. So as we go to the top half of inning number 6, this is a pretty pivotal inning so far for Noah Lowe as he's getting his warm-up tosses in right now. As Noah Lowe in relief with the starter, Caleb Malloy. And you think about how this game has gone so far. 2 strikeouts so far for Lowe. Gave 1 hit and 1 run so far, as it is the third baseman Everett Johnson going to work now, the 8-hole hitter, followed by Cole Eaton, and Brett Griffiths. So Everett Johnson goes to work down, the birthday boy. Stands in for his 3rd trip of the evening. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Noah Lowe and company trying to have a shutdown inning, and it all begins with his leadoff batter. First offering home from Noah Lowe. Fastball, chopper foul, down that third base side, strike 1. Johnson tonight flew out to center field in the 4th. RBI back in the 2nd. Behind no balls and a strike. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 0-1, breaking ball, finds that outside corner, strike 2. Noah Lowe in charge, no balls and 2 strikes. Low sets, head no balls and 2 strikes, and the 0-2. Fastball, wave and a miss, strike 3. Johnson down on strikes. Another strikeout for Noah Lowe. 3 Ks so far tonight. 1 out and the base is empty as the right fielder of Cole Eaton goes to work now. 7-4 is our score. Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. Right-handed batter Cole Eaton so far tonight, 1 for 2 so far. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues. First pitch on the way. Fastball, elevated, ball 1. And right now you can feel how Medford trying to keep this offense of the Potters from scoring runs on this Saturday evening. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. 1-0, fastball, grounded left side. Frankie Vitigliano takes on 1 hop to throw to first base, and the throw is in time for out number 2. 6-3 on the ground out for the second out of the frame. 2 up and 2 down. As we go back to the top of the order with the second baseman, Brett Griffiths. 0 for 2 so far for walk tonight, or a hit by pitch, I should say. 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. We are in the 6th inning in Game 2 of this 3-game series at Harry and David Field. So the right-handed batter, Griffiths, goes to work now. Noah Lowe so far 3 strikeouts, 1 run, 1 hit, and the first pitch. Fastball, taps it in the air, right field. That ball is going to drop down for a hit. Rounding first, speeding towards second is Griffiths. Griffiths going to probably coast into second base, and he is going to coast into the second base station. With a 2-out stand-up double to continue the frame. On the first pitch he sees, he continues the frame of a double.
Now batting center fielder Brian Williams Jr.
So 1 on and 2 outs as it is Brian Williams Jr. going to work now. 1 for 2 so far for walk tonight for the Lincoln Potters. 7-4 Lincoln leading. And Medford trying to keep this offense moving. That's the big part right now. Medford trying to keep this offense from scoring. That's the big problem. If you think about how tonight has gone, first pitch on the way, fastball, misses upstairs, ball 1. Get 1 base runner on, gets another base runner on, and he gets runs across the plate. It's kind of like that children's story, if you give a mouse a cookie. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, 1-0, fastball, misses down and out, ball 2. And it's how the story goes. If you give a mouse a cookie, he wants a glass of milk. If he wants a glass of milk, he wants him to read a bedtime story. It's kind of like this right now on the field. Get 1 base runner on, another base runner gets aboard, and a couple runs get across the plate, and that deficit grows larger. 2-0 pitch, fastball, finds the outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to the righty of Brian Williams Jr. 3 hits so far before tonight. 4 hits in the series. Or excuse me, RBI fielder's choice in his last at-bat. So 3 hits so far in the series. 3-run lead for the Lincoln Potters. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 2-1, fastball, upstairs, ball 3. But that's been the whole entire week so far for this pitching staff for your Rogues. You get the first 2 outs, but it's a struggle to get that third and final out. Give up a double, a single, a walk, or a hit by pitch. 3-1 pitch from Lowe. Fastball misses down and out, ball 4 as Brian Williams Jr. works a 2-out walk, putting runners at first and second. So Griffiths is at second base there because of a double. Williams Jr. there because of a walk at first base. Ty McGraw goes to work now. And one of the scariest hitters in the Pacific Empire League stands in with 2 on and 2 outs. How this game has gone so far, you got to limit the damage in a huge way. And now Noah Lowe and company trying to sneak out of the frame. Lowe checks on the runner. Griffiths at second base in the first pitch home. Fastball, high and tight, ball 1. Not so much activity in that Medford Rogues bullpen yet on that third base side. 3 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third, 1 run in the fourth, 1 run in the fifth. 2 pitchers used so far in this bullpen for your Medford Rogues. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, and the pitch. 1-0, breaking ball, finds that inside corner, strike 1. Good location there. Ty McGraw tonight. 0 for 2 so far for walk. Grounded out the second in the first. Flew out to left field in the third. swinging an orange and black bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. He got a piece of it as well. He fouled it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You like that good pitch selection for Noah Lowe so far in this outing. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 outs, and the 1-2. Ground ball pulled to right side. Travis Feeney goes to his left, makes the play, spins around the throw to first in time. Acrobatic 360 play for Travis Feeney, 4-3 to close out the frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left as it is Brett Griffiths at second base and Brian Williams Jr. at first base. Go to the home half of inning number 6 right after this. 7-4 Lincoln out in front. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
Beautiful evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley as it is a 7-4 lead for the Lincoln Potters, as it is a new pitcher on the hill for the Lincoln Potters, as it is Peter Jensen out of Sacramento City College. This pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Starter Eric Vassar goes 5 innings strong, gives up 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Only walked once. Twice, only 2 walks and 4 strikeouts as Peter Jansen's getting his warm-up tosses in right now. Wind blowing into the ballpark on this Saturday evening in the Rogue Valley as it is a 3-run deficit for your Medford Rogues. Medford scoring 2 runs in the bottom half, inning number 5, kind of chasing out the starter of Eric Vassar, but once again a great start for the starting pitcher for the Lincoln Potters, as it is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 batters due up for you Medford Rogues of Garrett Bardo, followed by Jordan Marion and Kyle Norton. You think about how this game has been going so far tonight offensively. 4 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the 5th. And Garrett Bardo trying to provide some offensive fireworks. This offense has had its moments so far throughout this whole entire week, especially tonight. First pitch on the way, fastball, high and tight, ball 1. Peter Jansen out of Sacramento, California. Guy who going to Sacramento City College. Is that 1-0 pitch is a strike that finds the inside corner, 1-1. Garrett Bardo tonight, 0 for 2 so far. Flew out the center field in the second, struck out in the third. Trying to get his first hit of the evening. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch from Jansen. 1-1 curveball. Garrett Bardo gets ahead of that one. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garrett Bardo. Jordan Marion waits on deck. Jansen sets. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2 curveball, wave and a miss, strike 3. Garrett Bardo down on strikes. Jansen's first strikeout of the evening.
Now batting batting the third baseman from UC Santa Barbara, Jordan Marion.
One out and the base is empty as it is 7-4. Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Jordan Marion goes to work now. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Lefty stands in for his third trip of the evening. 7-4, Lincoln out in front. You think about how this game has gone so far tonight. You have to find ways to strike while the iron's hot. And Jordan Marion, he's 1 for 2 so far as that first pitch breaking ball finds the inside corner, strike one. Jordan Marion singled and scored in the second, flew out to left field in the fourth, behind no balls and a strike. The 0-1. Down and in, below the knees, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jordan Marion. And we've been thinking about this, and it's going to happen when the Rogues are on the road. You can catch the action on the Rogue Streaming Network, but if you want to watch the game in the AC, 1-1 pitch, fastball, finds the outside corner, strike two. You get a chance to watch the game at Figro's Pizza in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Watch the game with fellow Rogues fans to enjoy the game, especially enjoy the AC. It's going to be hot next week in the Rogue Valley. 1-2, fastball up and out, 2-2. So when the Rogues are on the road from Tuesday to Sunday, you can catch all the action on the Rogue Streaming Network of our pregame show and our game broadcast, but you can watch the action from your home and also at Figro's Pizza. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off down that third base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Marion. Kyle Norton waits on deck. Join us at Figro's Pizza on Tuesday through Sunday in Gold Hill and Phoenix. Two balls, 2 strikes. Jansen sets and the 2-2 home. 2-2, fastball misses outside ball 3. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Marion. Marion trying to cook offensively. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters, outfield playing deep and straight away. Lights are turned on at the ballpark. The payoff pitch, 3-2. Bouncer foul down that first base side. And come on, coach. First base coach Corey Saracusa, a respected infielder, cannot make the play, could not make the grab. Corey Saracusa was actually taking some BP today for the game. I know that Corey's family is listening right now back in Hawaii. Shout out to them. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty of Jordan Marion. And the payoff. 3-2 pitch, curveball misses outside ball 4. And Jordan Marion works a 1-out walk. 1 on, 1 out as Kyle Norton goes to work now. 7-4, Lincoln leading. Kyle Norton trying to keep this offense moving. Medford only trailing by 3. This game feels within reach. The question is, how do you get all the offensive pieces together? You know what I mean? Because you get the offense moving, get 1 base runner on, you get 2 base runners on, you get 3 on, get another 1 across the plate. You have a ball game. But right now, this Medford squad trying to turn this into a game that can keep it interesting as that first pitch on the way finds the outside corner, strike 1. And you think about how this game has gone so far, Medford has had chances, but you have to find ways to strike while the iron's hot. And Kyle Norton, the guy who's 0 for 2 so far, is due for a hit. Struck out and grounded out. No balls, 1 strike. Peter Jansen sets. In the 0-1. Hits it in the air. Right center field, tracking it down, has eaten the right fielder. He makes the grab for out number 2. Jordan Marion gets over to first base as it is 2 outs and 1 on as Travis Finney goes to work now. 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. You think about how this game has gone so far. It's been 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Travis Finney hit by a pitch and struck out. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Trying to provide some offense. The offense has struggled throughout this whole entire week. Trying to turn a negative into a positive. Peter Jansen, the reliever of Eric Vassar, trying to sneak out of the frame. First pitch on the way. Curveball, wave and a miss, strike 1. And that's been the pitch that has been very enticing for this Rogues lineup throughout this whole entire series. We talked about it yesterday with Travis Osborne, talking about how that breaking ball and that curveball was looking really good by Braden Sharp. As that 0-1's going to be a bunt down that first base side by Travis Finney. He'll jog it out, but it will go foul down that first base side, 0-2. Just trying to be patient at the plate.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
And you think about being patient at the plate, that's huge. And not forcing it. 1 on, 2 out, 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. And you look at it, you have to find ways to strike with the irons hot. And the Australian from Melbourne, Travis Finney, trying to find that once again. No balls, 2 strikes. Jordan Marion over at first base. Peniago holding the runner, and the 0-2. Runner goes, fastball. That's going to be a line drive into left center. That's going to drop down for a hit. Rounding second, speeding towards from third base. And the stop sign is going to be put up, so the hit and run works for you Medford Rogues. Travis Finney gets aboard of a 2-out base knock to put runners on the corners. 2 on, 2 out, 7-4 Lincoln leading. And the tying run comes to the plate now, as it is Trevor Smith. 2 walks he's worked so far. Drew a walk and scored in his last AB back in the 5th. Drew a walk in the 2nd. Got the third base, but was left stranded there. 7-4 Lincoln out in front. Travis Finney trying to keep this. Travis Finney over at first base. First pitch on the way to Trevor Smith. The ball outside, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Trevor Smith as Frankie Rutigliano waits on deck. 1 ball, no strikes. Scores for a bunt. Fastball outside, ball 2. And Medford still in this one. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. 2-0. Fastball high and tight, ball 3. Now Jansen struggling to find the strike zone. A little bit of activity in that Lincoln Potters bullpen now beyond that right field line. 3 balls and no strikes. Runners on the corners. Marion at third base. Finney at first base. Wind blowing softly in the ballpark. The 3-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. So the bases are juiced for your Medford Rogues, and that is going to bring in a conversation with the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters, as it is Nate Kowalski having a conversation with the whole entire infield. This pause of the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza, from pizza to wings and even calzones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. 2 outs, bases loaded. As it's been a very fun one so far in the Rogue Valley. Brian Welch back with you on the Rogue Streaming Network, as it's only a 3-run deficit for your Medford Rogues, but a walk, a single off the bat of Travis Finney, and a walk worked by Trevor Smith brings up Frankie Rutigliano 1 for 2 so far tonight after that conversation concludes. And now this is the Rogue squad we've seen in the past week. Starting to wear on the reliever. Peter Jansen tonight trying to find that strike zone. Frankie Rutigliano goes to work down the 9-hole. Bases loaded, 7-4 Lincoln leading. We are in the bottom half of inning number 6. And now Rutigliano goes to work down the right-handed batter. 1 for 2 so far tonight. Jordan Marion at third base. Travis Finney at second base. Trevor Smith at first base. First offering home from Jansen. Fastball misses down and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Frankie Rutigliano. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. 1-0, fastball high and tight. They're going to call out a strike, actually. 1 ball and 1 strike to Frankie Rutigliano. One ball, 1 strike, bases loaded, and the pitch. 1-1, a curveball finds the inside corner, strike 2. 1-2 to the Rogues righty of Frankie Rutigliano. Marion at third base, Finney at second base, Smith at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jansen gets the signal from the catcher of Bedling. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Rogues leave the bases loaded. That's going to sting. We go to the 7th right after this. Medford still trailing by 3, 7-4 against the Lincoln Potters. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
What a perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. A stunning sunset off to the west as it is. As Adam Peniagua leads off the frame, followed by Jason Hansen and Tristan Russell. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Lincoln Potters. 3-run lead for the Lincoln Potters as it is going to be Noah Lowe still on the hill pitching in relief for Caleb Malloy as he begins his 3rd inning on the hill. First offering home from Noah Lowe. Fastball popped up in the air. That is going to be in the center field. Tracking it down is Trevor Smith. Center fielder drifts to his left. He makes the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the frame as Peniagua flies out. As it is the left fielder Jason Hansen going to work now. 1 out and the base is empty. 7-4 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues.
Now batting left fielder.
And a perfect sunset in the Rogue Valley. And Noah Lowe right now has done a good job of settling down the Lincoln Potters bats. 3 strikeouts so far. 1 run, 2 hits. Giving up 1 walk so far. First offering home. Fastball hits it in the air. Towering shot left field. Circling to his right is Kyle Norton. Stopping. And he makes the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back flyouts off the bat of Peniagua and Hansen. 2 up and 2 down to the frame. As a shortstop, Tristan Russell goes to work now. 7-4 Lincoln out in front.
Now batting the shortstop, Tristan Russell.
And you think about how this game has gone so far, an effective inning is what the doctor has ordered so far for this Rogues defense. First offering home from Noah Lowe. Fastball high and tight. They're going to say it's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. No balls and a strike to the lefty of Russell. Russell tonight, 2 for 3 so far. Singled and scored in his first AB. RBI double in the 3rd, struck out in his last at-bat. 0-1 pitch, finds the outside 3rd, strike 2. And Noah Lowe's in charge, no balls and 2 strikes. Low set, no balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That is going to be strike 3 called on the outside corner. And the side is retired. 4 Ks for Noah Lowe so far tonight in relief. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded as we are ready to stretch in the Rogue Valley. 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues as it is. The batters is going to be Johnny Alley, Ryan Severance, and Chris Ortiz due up. Can Medford find a way to strike while the iron's hot? We shall see. Time to stretch at Harry and David Field. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
High school sports.
Or college. Know your role.
you can be a player,
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
they have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyinn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
New pitcher for the Lincoln Potters as we head to the bottom half of inning number 7, as it is Xavier Maldonado in relief for Peter Jansen. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Final line score for Peter Jansen tonight: 1 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As the first batter he's going to be seen is Johnny Alley. 1, 2, and 3 due up for your Medford Rogues as the first pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and out, ball 1. Johnny Alley, 1 for 1 so far. Actually, they're saying it's Cameron Lee now. That's number 33, so it's Xavier Maldonado. That 1-0 pitch misses outside, ball 2. You think about how this game has gone so far for your Medford Rogues offensively. 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the fifth. 2-0 pitch. Fastball up and out, ball 3. Medford trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. This is the week the offense has gone non-existent, especially in that series against the Humboldt Crabs, and especially yesterday. 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 4. And Johnny Alley works a leadoff walk to begin the frame.
Now batting the designated hitter from UC Santa Barbara, Ryan Severns.
So Ryan Severns goes to work now for his 4th at-bat of the evening. 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. One on, no out, 7-4 Lincoln out in front, bottom of 7. And the first pitch home. Fastball finds the upper third, strike 1. 1 ball and no strikes. No balls and a strike, I should say, to Ryan Severns. Severns struck out in the first, hit by a pitch in the third. Reached on an air in the 5th. No balls, 1 strike. And that runner goes, and that's fouled off. Actually, that's going to be a pass ball. Johnny Alley going to go from second base to third base. And Johnny Alley's going to cruise to third base, so craziness. And now Eli Garcia is going to step out of the dugout. He has not been happy so far, so he's going to call in a conference of everybody with the umpires of Herbold, Bevan, and Dollarhide. As pause, the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza, from pizza to the wings, even count zones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. So now the umpires huddle up now for a meeting. Is that if they're going to call that a pass ball? Johnny Alley taking full advantage of that. So all the umpires huddle up now. This is probably the biggest play of the night so far. Whatever the call is, it's going to be a momentum swing or a momentum killer. Eli Garcia, the skipper of the Lincoln Potters, has his hands on his hips, waiting for the response. So So the conversation continues. The conversation is about is that a pass ball or is that a foul ball? And now conversation still continuing. And you think about this, and here we go. They're going to say he's out. Now head coach Kevin Olmstead is going to step out of the step floor and have a conversation. Now Chris Bevan's barking orders at the Lincoln dugout about putting the bats in the chairs. Now Kevin Olmstead having a conversation with Brandon Dollarhide. So what's going on here? Talking about chairs? Okay then. Now head coach Kevin Olmstead having a lengthy conversation with Brandon Dollarhide and Andrew Herbold. And the conversation concludes. And now Johnny Alley is going to go back to the dugout, so that is going to be one out. And now the Rogues faithful not happy about that call. Now Dave Mays on the field now. No balls and 2 strikes. The base is empty. Fastball misses downstairs. Ball 1, so 1 out. So one ball, 2 strikes. Maldonado sets, and the righty's 1-2. Fastball upstairs, 2-2, 1 out. Base is empty. Controversial call in this game 2 of the series. These two teams will see each other next Friday in California. 3-game series against the Potters and the Rogues. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curveball, swing and a miss, and Severance did go around on it. And Severance goes back to the dugout as that is the first strikeout for Xavier Maldonado tonight. 2 outs, the base is empty now, as it is Chris Ortiz going to work now. 1 for 3 so far.
Now batting the catcher, Chris Ortiz.
We talked about it last night. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and tonight's a perfect example of that. Rogues have a slimmer of momentum, but it's taken away. Maldonado delivers. First pitch on the way. First pitch swinging. That's going to be popped up in the air. First base side giving chase to the first baseman of Paniagua. And that ball landed on the first base side out of play. Strike 1. And you think about how this game has gone so far. Have to find ways to keep this offense moving if you are Medford. And it's been a tough one so far tonight. But the question is, how do you keep going? No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. A 1 fastball fouled off to the screen, strike 2. Chris Ortiz behind, no balls and 2 strikes. It's his dad's birthday today, trying to get a big hit again. No balls, 2 strikes. Maldonado sets. And the 0-2. Fastball, chopper, that's going to be a soft ground ball. Left side picked up by Johnson. The throw to first base, and the throw is going to be in time for out number 3, and the inning is over.
For the Rogues in the bottom of the
5-3 on the ground out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded. We go to the 8th right after this. Lincoln leading by 3, 7-4 against your Medford Rogues. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's game time, and there's only one thing that makes it all possible. refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents,
Community members.
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
A tradition like no other, as it is the singing of Sweet Caroline at Harry and David Field, as it is Jackson doing the singing. Is that what the Rogues need offensively and defensively? We shall see as we head to the 8th inning at Harry and David Field, as it is 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Noah Lowe begins his 4th inning on the hill. 4 strikeouts so far, has done a lot of great jobs so far, as it is Mason Belding going to work now for his 4th trip of the evening. 1 for 3 so far tonight. 3-run lead for the Lincoln Potters, game 2 of this 3-game series. You think about how this game has gone so far. Lincoln has put runs on the board early, and they've kept the lead intact. First offering home. Breaking ball finds the bottom third, strike one. Noah Lowe is having a lot of fun so far. And you think about how you improve as a team and individually throughout the whole entire summer. And Noah Lowe is probably having one of his best outings on the hill right now. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 0-1 ground ball, roped foul down that first base side, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the lefty, Mason Belding, followed by Everett Johnson and Cole Eaton. Belding got aboard with an RBI and scored in the 2nd, flew out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Behind no balls and 2 strikes in the pitch. 0-2, escapes out of the mid of Chris Ortiz. Ball 1. And this is the type of outing the Rogues have wanted throughout this whole entire week. You heard from head coach Kevin Olmstead talk about you have to throw strikes, but you have to throw strikes with conviction. And Noah Lowe's taking that to heart now, ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Noah Lowe sets, and the 1-2. That's going to be in the air, right field. Tracking it down is Johnny Alley on the run. He makes the play for out number 1. Belding goes down for the first out of the frame with a fly out, as it is Everett Johnson going to work now. 1 out, the base is empty, as it is Johnson. Actually 1 for 3 so far tonight. 7-4, Lincoln out in front, top of 8. It's a perfect evening for baseball in the Rogue Valley. 3-run lead for the Potters. Right-handed batter of Johnson stands in. Lone RBI was in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch home from Noah Lowe. Fastball tapped in the air. That is going to go foul down that first base side, and it is going to go right by the grass berm on that first base side. Strike 1. No balls and a strike to the righty of Johnson. Lowe sets in the 0-1. Good off-speed wave and a miss, strike 2. Now Lowe finds himself ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Lowe ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Lowe sets and the 0-2. Off-speed, chopper foul. That's going to go behind the plate. Still 0-2. You think about how this game has gone so far. Noah Lowe coming in into the 5th inning. Gave up a triple in his first AB. Since then, 4 strikeouts, a lot of flyouts, no balls, 2 strikes. Lowe sets and the 0-2 delivered. 0-2 fastball upstairs, ball 1. 1-2 to the righty of Everett Johnson. Cole Eaton waits on deck. Lincoln trying to pad their lead, trying to put some insurance late in this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Lowe. 1-2, breaking ball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. 5 Ks for Noah Lowe tonight. 2 up and 2 down in the frame with the bases empty. It is the right fielder Cole Eaton going to work now. 7-4 Lincoln leading. And this has been a great outing on the hill for Noah Lowe so far. You have to find ways to slow down this Potters offense as an airplane flies overhead from right field to center field. Low sets. Takes a deep breath and the first pitch home. Looping curveball. Misses up and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the righty of Cole Eaton. 1 for 3 so far tonight. Singled and scored in the 4th. Flew out the left field in the 2nd. Ground out to short in the 6th. One ball, no strikes, low sets, and the 1-0. Fastball is going to miss outside, ball 2. After tonight, 4 more opportunities to see your Medford Rogues at home. You can see the Rogues on the road, on the Rogue Streaming Network. 2 balls, no strikes, infield playing deep in the pitch, 2-0. Fastball bounces away from the catcher of Chris Ortiz. Ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, and the pitch. 3-0, fastball, up and in, ball 4. And Eaton works a 2-out walk to continue the frame. 1 on, 2 outs as we head back to the top of the order of Brett Griffiths. 1 for 3 so far for hit by pitch tonight. 7-4 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Now Noah Lowe's trying to feel a little bit of that adversity, trying to shut down the Lincoln Potters offense. Garrett Bardo holding the runner at first base. First offering home. Fastball, chopper left side, taking it on 1 hop is going to be Jordan Marion. Leaping play, the throw to first base, and the throw is going to be in time for out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left as it is Cole Eaton over at first base. Medford trailing by 3. As we go to the home half of inning number 8 right after this, Garrett Bardo, Jordan Marion, and Kyle Norton due up. Can the Rogues make this interesting in the Rogue Valley? We shall see. More from Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network. Looking to buy or sell in the Rogue Valley? David Case of Windermere Realty has you covered. Windermere Realty has been serving the Rogue Valley for over 30 years. David, a proud husband and father, has been a broker in the Rogue Valley for almost a decade. From residential and rural to commercial, David can handle it all. Contact David Case if you're looking to buy or sell at 541-944-9330. Windermere Realty and David Case, proud supporters of Medford Rogues Baseball.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball.
New pitcher for the Lincoln Potters as we head to the home half of inning number 8 at Harry and David Field, as it is Gerald Hansen in relief. And this pitching change is brought to you by K2EL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Gerald Hansen, a returner from last year's squad for the Lincoln Potters from Northern Kentucky University, a guy who grew up in Roseville. Again, his warm-up tosses in now in relief of the reliever of Xavier Maldonado. 1 innings pitch for Maldonado. No hits, no runs, no errors. 1 walk, 1 strikeout as Gerald Hansen getting his warm-up tosses in now. 4, 5, and 6 due up for you, Medford Rogues. Garrett Bardo, followed by Jordan Marion, and the left fielder Kyle Norton. As you can definitely feel the urgency for this offense to find ways to strike with the irons hot as we go back to work once again in the home half inning number 8. 2 runs scored in the 2nd, 2 runs scored in the 5th. That's been the offense so far for the Medford Rogues. a 2-run improvement to what happened last night, as actually it's going to be a new batter coming in, as it is going to be Troy Osborne going to work now. He's going to work now for his first at-bat of the evening. So a new batter and a new pitcher battling it out in the Rogue Valley. Garrett Bardo tonight went 0 for 3 at the dish with a pair of strikeouts and a flyout. As it is Gerald Hansen on the hill pitching. As it is a left against right, and the first pitch to the righties. The fastball finds the upper third, strike one. No balls and a strike to Troy Osborne. Troy Osborne averaging .333 at the dish this season. You definitely tell the strike zone's a little bit shifting upwards. Andrew Herbold calling the balls and strikes tonight. No balls, 1 strike. And time taken. So now the wind's starting to blow out. How about that? For the first time this season, the wind's starting to blow out, not blowing in. It's crazy. Maybe Troy Osborne can take advantage of that. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside of ball 1. 1-1 to Troy Osborne. When Marion waits on deck. One ball, 1 strike. Hansen sets. And the lefty's 1-1. Curveball, got a piece of it as Osborne, strike 2. And those Timberjack uniforms are looking really nice out there on the field. And think about that. Minor League Baseball was in the Rogue Valley way back in the day. Way before I was born. 1 ball and 2 strikes, Troy Osborne. Hansen sets. And the lefty's 1-2. Fastball hits it in the air down that first base side, and it goes out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes, Troy Osborne. One, 2. Fastball misses downstairs. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Troy Osborne. Jordan Marion waits on deck. And this is a big at-bat right now for your Medford Rogues offensively. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Osborne down on strikes. First strikeout for Hansen tonight for the Lincoln Potters.
Now batting the third baseman from UC Santa Barbara, Jordan Marion.
Base is empty, 1 out as Jordan Marion goes to work now. 7-4 Lincoln leading against your Medford Rogues. And time is dwindling in the Rogue Valley for game 2 of this 3-game series. Jordan Marion, a guy who's 1 for 2 so far tonight with a walk, trying to keep this offense moving. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. Jordan Marion tonight singled and scored in the 2nd, flew out to left field in the 4th, drew a walk in the 6th. Got all the way to the third base, but was left stranded there. 1 ball, no strikes. Hits it in the air. Deep shot, deep left center field. Going back is going to be Liao, and Liao is going to let that one drop right by the Medford alert sign left center. And Jordan Marion's going to stay at second base. A 1-out stand-up double for Jordan Marion. And Medford's only 180 feet away from scoring.
Now batting the left fielder.
That ball had the distance. The wind was picking up a little bit. That would have been a home run. Kyle Norton goes to work now for his 4th at-bat of the evening. 0 for 3 so far tonight. He's due for a hit. Infield starting to shift to the right for the Lincoln Potters. 7-4 Lincoln leading. Home half inning number 8. Swears for a bunt, gets it back, to be a comebacker, picked up by Hansen. The throw to first base, and the throw is accurate for out number 2. 1-3 on the ground as that moves Marion over from second to third base. 7-4 Lincoln leading. And you think about how this team has been playing. Hey, they've been playing catch-up this whole entire evening. Now Travis Finney goes to work now. Jordan Marion only 90 feet away from scoring. 7-4 is our score. Lincoln out in front. And this is a squad offensively looking for answers, trailing by 3. Travis Finney goes to work now. 1 for 2 so far for hit by pitch. First pitch on the way, breaking ball, misses inside of ball 1. Nobody active in that bullpen for the Lincoln Potters yet. Hansen sets, 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball popped up in the air, first base side out of play. Peniagua gives it to Chase, but decided to retreat away from it.
The only prescription is more cowbell.
This has been a game that has had its moments so far tonight. Medford scored twice in the second, twice in the fifth, but has struggled to get runners across the plate. Has been an understatement so far in this week, actually. 1 ball and 1 strike. Travis Finney trying to cook offensively. Hansen sets. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looping curveball misses inside ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Andrew Herbold still talking with that Lincoln dugout. The Lincoln dugout not happy about how the strike zone has been dictated so far tonight. Jordan Marion over at third base, and time's taken. Travis Finney trying to get a hit once again. Trevor Smith waits on deck. Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 2-1 breaking ball, finds the outside corner, strike 2. The count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Jordan Marion over at third base trying to capitalize offensively. 7-4 is our score. Lincoln out in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hansen sets, and the 2-2 home. Fastball is going to miss inside of ball 3. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Travis Finney trying to get a board of 2 outs and 1 on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. 3-2 knuckled, and that's going to go into right field. 1 runs in. Travis Finney drives home. Jordan Marion RBI single, and that is the first run scored since the 5th inning, as it is only a 2-run deficit, 7-5 Lincoln leading. All of 2 outs. This Medford squad starting to claw back from this deficit. Now Trevor Smith goes to work now. He's got on the board with not 1, but 3 walks. 1 on, 2 outs. 7-5 is our score. Lincoln out in front. First offering home. Fastball upstairs and outside, ball 1. And now this is going to bring up a conversation between Belding and the reliever of Hansen. This pause of the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza. From pizza to wings, even calzones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. It's a 2-run game in the home half of inning number 8. 7-5 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues. As Trevor Smith goes to work now. Frank Rutigliano waits on deck. And this has been an offense has had its moments so far tonight. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. 1-0, misses downstairs, ball 2. Trevor Smith, the guy who's been a part of this Rogues team for the last couple of weeks. Young man who just graduated high school from El Cajon, trying to get aboard. Ahead 2-0. That's going to be knuckled foul to that right side, strike 1. Trevor ahead 2 balls and a strike. Fastball elevated for ball 3. And now Trevor Smith is ahead 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 pitch, fastball, knuckled. That's going to be a fair ball, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. So strike 2. That ball was close to that white line. Craziness in the Rogue Valley so far. 2-run lead for the Lincoln Potters. Medford trying to answer back. Runner is Travis Finney at first base. Tying run is at the dish. Go-ahead run is waiting in the on-deck circle. Counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Paniagua now holding the runner. Travis Finney at first base, a 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called on the upper third, and the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left as it is Travis Finney over at first base. 2 strikeouts for Gerald Hansen as we go to the 9th right after this, as it is a 2-run lead for the Lincoln Potters. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
It's another season of Rogues Baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer. Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. Every day the Rogues play at home, it's a different promotional night. Tuesday is Chick-fil-A night and Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, just to name a few. To find out which promotional day works for you, go to our website, medfordrogues.com. And as always, go Rogues! Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
We head to the top half of inning number 9 for your Medford Rogues, as it is a new pitcher on the hill, as it is Ryan Edwards in relief of Noah Lowe. This pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. Noah Lowe going 4 innings strong on the hill tonight for your Medford Rogues, keeping the Lincoln Potters offense from scoring many runs as Ryan Edwards gets his warm-up tosses in at the moment. Ryan Edwards, 1.69 earned run average. 3 appearances, no starts, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Shout out to Mark Fedro and his brother listening back in California. Mark was a part of the Medford Rogues this season. And Mark, hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast as we go to the top half of inning number 9. Brian Williams Jr. leads off the frame, followed by Ty McGraw and Adam Paniagua. Ryan Edwards, a guy that's trying to keep this offense of the Potters from scoring any runs. First pitch on the way, fastball misses inside ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Infield playing deep for your Medford Rogues. And the pitch. 1-0, fastball right down the boulevard, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the righty of Brian Williams. Williams tonight, pair of walks, a fly out, RBI fielder's choice. Waits for the 1-1 from Ryan Edwards. 1-1, fastball, dots that outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the righty of Brian Williams Jr. as Ty McGraw waits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edwards gets the signal from Chris Ortiz. And the 1-2. Breaking ball is going to miss inside 2-2. So there is a new first baseman for your Medford Rogues. Kyle Norton over at first base. Troy Osborne takes over Kyle Norton's duties in at left field. Smith's in center. Alley's in right. Marion, Rutigliano, Finney, and Norton. Ortiz doing the catching tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Looping curveball up and in, ball 3, and the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brian Williams Jr. Payoff pitch. 3-2, breaking ball, strike 3 called on the upper third. Great pitching by Ryan Edwards. Good pitch there by Ryan Edwards, one out, and the base is empty as it is. Ty McGraw going to work now. 7-5 Lincoln leading. It's probably one of the most competitive games we've seen so far this week for you Medford Rogues. As it is, Ty McGraw 0 for 3 so far tonight with a walk. One of the scariest hitters in Pacific Empire League action. Quiet so far tonight. First offering home from Ryan Edwards. Breaking ball, misses outside the ball 1. Infield playing deep for you Medford Rogues. Stars and Stripes not even blowing at all. Flag glued to the pole. Out in left center, 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. 1-0, breaking ball misses. Inside the ball 2. Ty McGraw grounded out to second in the first, flew out to left field in the third, worked a walk in the fourth. Grounded out to second base in the sixth. That's going to be a chopper right side. Travis Finney, actually Kyle Norwood take it. Underhand throw over to Edwards at first base. And it is going to be a 3-1 on the ground out. 2 up and 2 down to the frame.
Now batting first baseman Adam Peniagua.
So Adam Peniagua goes to work now. 1 for 3 so far tonight with a walk. 7-5 Lincoln out in front against your Medford Rogues and on Timberjack throwback night in the Rogue Valley. If you're watching the video simulcast, look at that sunset beyond left field. I know that Kristen Welch is enjoying the sunset as that first pitch swung on. That's going to be fouled off down that first base side. And it bounces on the net and it rolls around. And who's going to get the ball is the on-field MC. Jake Martin's going to get the ball now. Who's he going to give the ball to now? That's the question. I think Jake might just keep it for himself, I would believe. Still has the ball in hand. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch home from Ryan Edwards. Breaking ball, chopper, that's going to be charged in. Left side, Jordan Marion will scoop it up. At third, the throw to first base, and the throw is in time. What a play! 5-3 on the ground out, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left stranded as it is a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Edwards. Medford only trails by 2. Let's get crazy in the Rogue Valley. Bottom half of inning number 9 we go as it is going to be Ritigliano, Johnny Alley, and Ryan Severns due up. More from the Rogue Valley right after this. A chance to even up the series and snap a 4-game losing streak coming up right after this. Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to know your role.
Whether you're in youth sports,
high school sports,
or college, know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
it's my experience.
let my coach coach me.
Cheer for other players too.
Not just me. That's weird.
Don't yell at the refs.
They have a hard job.
Know your role. Coaches, keep it in perspective.
I'm out here to have fun.
I want to play a lot of different sports. What's a scholarship?
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role. Hey, ref.
Thank you.
Thank you for having such great sports programs here.
And for remembering to
Know your role.
Rogue Regency Inn is a proud supporter of Medford Rogues Baseball. It is the best place to recharge your batteries in Medford. Enjoy the indoor pool and spa. Don't forget about the workout room as well. Big event or small, the banquet hall has you covered. Plus, Rogue Regency Inn is pet friendly as well. Book a stay at Rogue Regency Inn at rogueregencyn.com. Your perfect place in Southern Oregon to eat, play, and stay.
It's go time in the Rogue Valley as we head to the home half of inning number 9 as it is a new pitcher for the Lincoln Potters as it is Evan Williams in relief of Jared Hansen. And this pitching change is brought to you by KTVL 10, Southern Oregon's home for sports and entertainment. As it is going to be Sammy Rivas leading off the frame, followed by Johnny Alley and Ryan Severns. Big inning for your Medford Rogues. You need 2 to tie it, 3 to win it. And we've seen craziness before in this summer season with the Rogues trailing by a minimal amount. They find ways to get runners across the plate. Evan Williams, the young man from San Jose, California, stands in. Actually will be pitching the first pitch on the way. Fastball misses down and in, ball 1. Rivas replacing Frankie Ritigliano. Ritigliano tonight going 1 for 3 at the dish. I know our good friend David Case is listening right now on vacation, listening to this game. Shout out to David listening. 1 ball and no strikes for Sammy Rivas at the dish. Tall right, he swings at that one. That's going to be popped up first base side. Peniagua going to try to chase it down. That ball's going to land past the first base dugout for the Lincoln Potters. Strike one. Rivas so far this season averaging .318 at the dish. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters in game 2 of this 3-game series. There's a big gap in between, right up the middle, right up Broadway. How about that? A single up the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2 to Sammy Rivas as Johnny Alley waits on deck. And you feel this team has had its moments so far tonight, and you think about how this team has played. 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the fifth, 1 run across the plate in the 8th, and this team has fought to keep themselves going offensively. You have to find a way to get that last charge to try to even up the series. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2, breaking ball is going to miss outside. Belding was going to throw it around the horn. Counts even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Potters have been very vocal about that strike zone dictated by Andrew Herbal tonight. Williams trying to get the first out of the frame. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. Lights are on at Harry and David Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Rivas down on strikes, 1 out, and the base is empty.
Now batting the right fielder, Johnny Alley.
1 out, and the base is empty in the home half of inning number 9 as Johnny Alley goes to work now. Alley 1 for 1 so far tonight with an RBI single and score. And he drew a walk in his second at bat back in the 7th inning. First offered on the way, that's going to be sliced foul down that third base side, strike 1. No balls and a strike to Johnny Alley. You can definitely feel the urgency to get another run across the plate. And it's been 1 step forward, 2 steps back so far this week for you Medford Rogues, especially last night. Only getting 2 runs across the plate. There's improvement. 5 runs tonight, 2 runs last night. No balls and a strike to Johnny Alley. 0-1, misses down and in, ball 1. 1-1 to the lefty of Johnny Alley. Got to find ways to strike with the irons hot. And this team right now trying to keep it interesting. 2-run deficit for your Medford Rogues. On 1 pitch, misses inside. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike to Johnny Alley. And I know that David Case is listening right now in Bend, Oregon. Wonder how the weather is in Bend, Oregon. But actually, Gavin. Shout out to Gavin listening right now in Bend. Enjoying the cool weather in Bend. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball misses outside of ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Johnny Alley. Johnny Alley had 3 balls and 1 strike. 2-run lead for the Lincoln Potters. 3 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. 3-1 outside for ball 4. Another walk drawn by Johnny Alley tonight. A 1 out base runner aboard. Now Ryan Severance goes to work now. Severance tonight. Pair of strikeouts, a hit by pitch, reached on an error, and was caught stealing at second base, I should say, in the 5th. Now Peniagua holding the runner at first base. First offering home, first pitch, breaking ball, finds that inside corner, strike 1. And you think about how this team has been playing so far tonight. It's been trying to find that perfect pitch to swing at. Infield playing deep for the Lincoln Potters. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. 0-1 curveball, check swing. And Chris Bevins said he did go around on it, so no balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Severance. And now the Rogues faithful not happy about this, about the calls so far by this umpiring crew. No balls, 2 strikes. Severance trying to find a way to keep this offense moving. Williams delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside of ball one. That ball was right on the edge. Ryan Severn still has a fighting chance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnny Elliott, first base, 1 out, and the pitch. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Severns goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Evan Williams tonight. And now the final hope for the Medford Rogues. Chris Ortiz goes to work now. 1 on, 2 outs. 7-5, Lincoln out in front. You think about how this game has gone so far. The trials and tribulation, and it all goes down to Chris Ortiz. And it's also Chris's dad's birthday today in the Rogue Valley. 7-5, Lincoln out in front. Home half of inning number 9. Flag not blowing at all in left center. Now time's taken. Belding will have a conversation with the pitcher of Williams. This pause the action is brought to you by Figaro's Pizza, from pizza to wings and even calzones. Figaro's Pizza has you covered. Order online at figaros.com or come by our locations in Phoenix and at Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of sports and your Rogues. I wonder if Mr. Gavin Case likes Figaro's Pizza. 1 on and 2 out. 7-5, Lincoln out in front. Williams sets, and the pitch. Line drive into left field. That's going to go for a hit. And that is going to put runners at first and second. We're not done yet. 2 out, base knock off the bat of Chris Ortiz. Brings up Troy Osborne now. And now head coach Kevin Olmstead has his lineup paper in hand, looking for somebody for a pinch hit. And is he going to keep Troy in? We shall see. Or Chris Ortiz might be having a pinch runner. So the Rogues are going to try to get some speed on the base paths. And that is going to usher a conversation with the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters of Nate Kowalski. And that's going to bring in Mason Perello over to, they're going to have that meeting. So right now, you think about how this team has played so far. The Rogues have an opportunity. Go ahead run is at the dish. Tying run is at first base. And this team right now has had its moments so far tonight. Can they capitalize? After that conversation concludes, we go back to work once again. 2 on, 2 outs. Johnny Elliott, second base. Mason Perello pinch running for Chris Ortiz. Now Troy Osborne goes to work now.
To run at first base for the Rogues from Washington State University, number 31, Mason Perello.
So Perello at first base, Alley at second base. Go ahead run is at the dish. Now Troy Osborne's going to climb into the box. 7-5, Lincoln out in front. Home half of inning number 9. A chance to snap a 4-game losing streak and try to even up the series. Trying to fight in league play. Troy Osborne. 2 on, 2 outs, and the first pitch home. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and a strike to Troy Osborne. Osborne 0 for 1 so far tonight. Struck out in his first AB, back in the 8th. Behind no balls and a strike. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. 0-1, breaking ball finds the upper third, strike 2. Osborne and the Rogues down to their final strike. Johnny Alley at second base. Mason Perello, the pinch runner for Chris Ortiz at first base. Williams trying to get the final blow. The 0-2 pitch. Knuckles it foul to keep the at-bat going. Still no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Williams sets. Alley at second base, Perello at first base. The 0-2 pitch, fastball elevated. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. 1-2, ground it softly left side. Russell will pick it up on one hop, throws it over to third base, and the force out's going to happen. And Lincoln takes the series 7-5. As it is 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Lincoln Potters. 5 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors for your Medford Rogues. Your Rogues put up a pretty good fight tonight, but it's not enough, as it is a 7-5 victory for the Lincoln Potters. Lincoln improves to 24-8 overall in the season, 8-7 in Pacific Empire League action, as your Medford Rogues fall to 26-13 overall, 4-7 in Pacific Empire League action. Rogues postgame show coming up right after the break. Tough one in the Rogue Valley. Your Medford Rogues put up a fight, but it's not enough after a 7-5 loss to the Lincoln Potters. We'll be right back after this. Medford Rogues baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.
Hungry for pizza? Figaro's Pizza has you covered. From pizza to wings and even calzones, there is something for everybody at Figaro's. Order online at figaros.com or stop by our locations in Phoenix and Gold Hill. Locally owned and operated, Figaro's Pizza supports local schools and sports. Figaro's Pizza, proud supporter of Medford Rogues baseball.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
It's another season of Rogues baseball at Harry and David Field. Catch every great play and hit all season long. Get your tickets at medfordrogues.com. We'll see you at the ballpark this summer.
Tough one tonight in the Rogue Valley as your Medford Rogues drop the series to the Lincoln Potters 7-5 on throwback night in the Rogue Valley. As your Medford Rogues are 26-13 overall in this 2025 campaign, 4-7 in Pacific Empire League action, as the Rogues look to avoid the sweep tomorrow night at 6:35 pregame show at 6:15 on the Rogue Streaming Network. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch, the Rogue Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday evening wherever you may be watching or listening to Medford Rogues baseball. Welcome to the Rogues postgame show. Tonight was a very tough one for your Medford Rogues offensively and defensively. The offense struggled to get runs across the plate, and it was a tough one. It was a little too late, and the Rogues almost had a way to get runners across the plate in the home half, inning number 9. But it's a tough one tonight. Lincoln struck early, 3 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third, once in the fourth and the fifth, and that was all enough. But Medford kept fighting offensively, kept chipping away at that deficit. But it's a 2-run loss for your Medford Rogues, a much better improvement to what we saw last night after a 10-run loss. But right now, Medford trying to find ways to keep this season afloat. Medford on a 5-game losing streak. It's been a tough one so far this week for your Medford Rogues. A 3-game sweep against the Humboldt Crabs, trying to avoid the sweep tomorrow night against the Lincoln Potters. And this team has to go on a 6-game road trip to California, taking on Healdsburg and taking on the same Lincoln Potter squad. It's going to be tough, but I think this team knows what's in front of them, and this team still has a lot of fight. And I think this team will be able to figure out how to find ways to get over that hump, so to speak. And remember what happened earlier in the season, especially against that series against the Athletic Edge Express and then also against the Bomb Northwest. They struggled to get runners across the plate, but right now this team was able to find their way offensively and defensively. But right now you have to find that mojo, and that hopefully they'll find that mojo tomorrow night at 6:35 at Harry and David Field. Let's take a look at the defensive and offensive numbers before we go on the Rogues postgame show. Caleb Malloy got the start for you Medford Rogues, had 4 innings pitched, gave up 6 runs. Noah Lowe got probably one of his best outings this season in a Medford Rogues uniform. 4 innings pitched, only gave up 1 run and 2 hits to fan the flames of the Lincoln Potters offense. Ryan Edwards came in, and he was able to have a lockdown inning, able to send the Potters in order 1, 2, 3 for a pair of groundouts and a strikeout. 3 pitchers used so far, and that is pretty beneficial so far for your Medford Rogues pitching staff. So far in this series, they've used 7 pitchers, and going into tomorrow night, this pitching staff is going to be well rested going into the series finale tomorrow night at 6:35 p.m. Offensive stats for your Medford Rogues. Lando Covarrubias went 0 for 1 with a walk tonight, flew out to left field. Johnny Alley went 1 for 1 with an RBI single. He scored, drew a pair of walks in the 7th and the 9th. Ryan Severance tonight went 0 for 4 last night, but struck out a trio of times. Reached out an error in the 5th, hit by pitch, and was caught stealing at second base. Chris Ortiz went to work. He had a pair of hits, a pair of flyouts and a ground out, RBI and a single. Garibaldo tonight went 0 for 3. Troy Osborne went 0 for 1. Jordan Marion tonight went 2 for 3 at the dish. Singled and scored in the 2nd, doubled and scored in the 8th. Had a fly, flew out to left field in the 4th, threw a walk in the 6th. Kyle Norton tonight went 0 for 4, grounded out, struck out, flew out, and grounded out again. Travis Finney tonight got aboard of had a couple of hits, hit by pitch, struck out. He went 2 for 3 at the dish tonight. Trevor Smith tonight 0 for 1 of not 1 but 3 walks. Cash score on a walk in the 5th inning. Frankie Rutigliano tonight went 1 for 3 at the dish with an RBI in the 2nd. Struck out and grounded out to short in the 5th. Sammy Rivas took over in the 9th inning. He struck out for the first out of the inning in the bottom half of inning number 9. I think I'll pick our offensive and defensive players of the game. Defense, pitching staff has been the trouble spot so far this week, and throwing strikes has been the objective so far this week. And Noah Lowe is a guy that pitched well and probably one of his best outings on the hill so far for this Medford Rogue squad. So Noah Lowe is our defensive player of the game, going 4 innings strong, only giving up 2 hits, 1 run, and actually striking out not 1 but 5 Potters batters. You definitely need that, especially going into tomorrow to gain some momentum. And offensively, the offense has been the tricky part so far this week and in this series against the Lincoln Potters. And you got to look at it. Jordan Marion went 2 for 3 at the dish with a single and a double. Had that lone fly out to left field. As well, Chris Ortiz looked pretty good at the dish tonight. Had a pair of hits. But Jordan Marion's one of those guys that has woken up so far in this late part of the season. 2 for 3 at the dish. A single and a double. Scored on both occasions. Flew out the left field in the 4th. So Jordan Marion's our offensive player of the game, and Noah Lowe is our defensive player of the game in the Rogue Valley. 7-5 Lincoln takes care of business against your Medford Rogues. Lincoln secures the series. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard that is brought to you by our good friends at Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. A lot of final scores already in the book, as it is a final score. California Red Tails take down the Solano Mudcats 10-3. Humboldt Crabs take care of business against the West Coast Kings in game 1 of the doubleheader, 6-4. As Healdsburg takes care of business of the Concord Zephyrs, 12-3. And it is in the bottom of the 5th inning, as it is Humboldt leading by 2, 3-1 against the West Coast Kings. So a lot of things going to happen right now in the Pacific Empire League standings. Healdsburg still there atop the league with a record of 13-2. Humboldt 12-5 overall in the season. Lincoln improves from 7-7 to 8-7. Medford goes to 4-7 in Pacific Empire League action. West Coast Kings 4-11, and the Solano Mudcats idle today in Pacific Empire League action, as they are 3-12 in Pacific Empire League action. Tough one tonight in the Rogue Valley. Medford found ways to try to get runners across the plate, but you have to put that final piece together. And what is that final piece? Good pitching tonight, but as we've been talking about it all week, I think I sound like a broken record. It's been that snowball effect. 1 or 2 runs across the plate, and it changes the momentum of how the game goes. And the quick question is, how do you respond to avoid the sweep? If the Rogues tomorrow night fall, you're going on a 6-game road trip of a 6-game losing streak, and 2 places that are pretty hostile in the Pacific Empire League. If the Rogues get a chance to salvage the series tomorrow night and avoid the sweep, that would be a whole much better bus ride down to Healdsburg for that first game of a 3-game series starting on Tuesday evening in wine country. So if the Rogues take care of business tomorrow night, they'll be in a comfortable spot, but you have to find ways to find that strike zone. But also the offense. The offense has been pretty timid so far throughout this whole entire week. How does this offense find that middle ground, so to speak, of having a good showing, but also the timely hitting, but also think about this, getting runners across the plate. Think about, they left 2 runners on in the 2nd. Left the bases loaded in the 6th. That's probably gonna haunt. 1 run, and then you had 2. So you left 8 base runners on it tonight. That's not good baseball for you, Medford Rogues. And those 8 base runners could have changed the trajectory of how this game went. But right now, this team is learning, but they're struggling. But this team still has each other's backs, and they want to be able to find ways to win. And if you believe in the process and you're able to throw strikes, you're able to produce some offense, this team is due for a win. And we talked about earlier in the season, the Rogues had their bumpy road, especially against that series against the Athletic Edge Express. They salvaged the series, and they were able to find a way. They got themselves back into the win column, and they were able to go on a big run. And it only takes one. It only takes one win, and this Rogue squad can get hot, especially going on a 6-game road trip next week in the great state of California. Offense has to heat up, and the defense has to throw strikes. And also, you have to make sure you don't commit as many errors as we've seen so far this week. And if you do all that, you'll be good. But tonight is a tough one in the Rogue Valley. But think about this, a very fun night at the ballpark, not just what happened with the score, but the Timberjack throwback night. It's pretty cool to see the Timberjacks back on the field, only for one game, and also we had that on the scorebook tonight on the Rogue Streaming Network, so I'm glad the Timberjacks were out on the field tonight. But tomorrow night, it will be the Rogues on the field trying to avoid the sweep against the Lincoln Potters. But for everyone here has put this broadcast together, Brian Woach saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon, as it is Lincoln taking the series against your Medford Rogues 7-5 at Harry and David Field. I'll see you tomorrow night at 6:15 for the Rogues pregame show. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on the Rogue Streaming Network.